Yeah, what it do, what it do. Y'all already know what it is. You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. There you go, talking that boxing again. What's happening with it? My man, Dwayne Freeman off in the building. What's happening with it? James off in the building. My man, Batman off in the building. What's happening with it, Bat? I'm gonna drop the link in a little bit for you two, Bat. I want you to come up here. Siobhan Reagan, what's happening with it? Matter of fact, I'll send it to you right now. You can just, you know what I'm saying, you can pop in whenever you want to, Bat. Hold on, let me send it. Hold on real quick. But what's good with y'all? How y'all feeling today? You get this, hold on, y'all. See that. There you go. Who else we got in the building? Lil Flex Lewis, what's happening with it? Mr. Steal Your Chin, what's good with it? Rax Music, what's happening with it? Adonis K3, what's good with it? Cali Fire, what's happening with it? Jose Ayala, what's happening with it? Salute to everybody in the building. Make sure that y'all smash that like button as you come in the building. Yeah, we gonna cook today. We gonna cook today for sure. My man BFTV in the building. What's happening with it? BF. Salute to the grave digger. David Stubetta, what's happening with it? Salute. Stan 92, what's good with it? Yeah, we gonna cook today. Lot to cook on. And like I said, as y'all come in the building, smash on the like button as we get this thing started. You know, as we get this thing started. A lot going on. First thing I want to talk about, I want to talk about some that you know, it's been a topic going on, and it's, you know, certain people, they got different. It's kind of, I don't know, everybody divided with this, and I want to get y'all opinion, because you got some people, you know, they calling Terence Crawford, you know, basically a stand-up dude, a hero for doing what he did, bringing the racism that's been going on, or you know, the racial biasness that's been going on at top rank, bringing it out to the forefront, you know. And then you got other people that is, you know what I'm saying, they think different, right? And I'm gonna give y'all my opinion on this, right? Because I didn't thought about it a lot, you know what I'm saying? Before I speak on stuff, I think about shit. And what's happening with it, Batman?
Hey, what's up, Keith? What's good with it? Chat, man?
So y'all hit the like button. So before, like I said, I speak on shit, I think about it myself. And I'm thinking about, you know, going back. And I said, okay, Terence Crawford, he brought this shit to light. Well, I mean, he ain't really brought shit to light. Let's keep it real, because a lot of us been talking about this shit for years, you know, just from what we can see with our own eyes, you know what I'm talking about? So when one of the things that Terence Crawford put in the complaint, he said that, you know, they refused to put Black Lives Matter, you know, the logo or whatever, you know, they refused to put it on the ring. They refused to acknowledge like the movement, period. They refused to acknowledge the movement, right? So I went back and I looked at interviews, you know what I'm saying, of Terence Crawford, the few interviews that he did. I looked at his ring attire and I said, I said, this is interesting. I said, because Terence Crawford, when the movement was going on, he never spoke about it. I mean, like the Black Lives Matter shit to me, like if you really know what it is, that shit is really, ran by gays and transgenders. But that's a whole nother, you know what I'm saying, story. But if you know, you know. But anyway, he put that in the complaint, and I said, okay, let me check to see if he was repping it. You know what I'm saying? If he was speaking on any of the issues. And what I found is Terence Crawford didn't wear none of that shit on his trunks, and he never spoke about none of it. He didn't speak about, you know what I'm saying? He didn't have nothing to say about nothing. You feel what I'm saying? He didn't have. So I said, that's interesting. You know what I'm saying? That he would put that in there, but he wasn't practicing none of that. Like he didn't say nothing about none of that shit. Right? He didn't speak about none of the issues that was going on, with police brutality, none of the issues that black people just been going through for hundreds of years. He ain't spoke about none of that shit. He ain't never said nothing about none of that shit. So I said, man, was he using that shit just because, he was claiming racial discrimination and it sounds good, right? Then I say, okay, well, Terence Crawford been with Top Rank. I think he was with him for 11 years. You know what I'm saying? 11 years. So with that 11 years that he was with Top Rank, let me see, did Terence Crawford ever say anything about racial discrimination? Anything, because within 11 years, if it was racial discrimination going on, right, he would have to know about it within 11. If he'd been with the company, he was with the company 11 years, he would have to know about that shit. You know what I'm talking about? And he was with him for, let me see, we in 2000 and he was with him for probably 8 years before he was with him for 8 years, and then he resigned back with the company, right? With him for 8, and then he resigned back with him. And y'all hit my like button. Y'all smash the like button as you come in the building, right? So I said, okay, he resigned back with him, but he was before that, he was with him for like 8 years. So in that 8 years, did he see any racial discrimination or racial biasness? He also talked about how they only had about like 2 or 3 black employees, right? So how many black employees did they have when he signed back with them? Did they have a whole staff of black employees and this has just changed, you know what I'm saying, within the last 4 years? It's highly unlikely, you know what I'm talking about? And did he just recently start seeing racial biasness? If that was going on, because that's what he put in the paperwork, did he just recently start seeing the racial biasness within the past, few months or whatever, before he got up out of his contract? Did he just recently start seeing this shit, And I said to myself, that was highly unlikely. Because if it's going on, I don't know what the fuck going on behind the scenes at Top Rank, because I don't work for Top Rank. But, we can speculate. We can speculate, And so if that was been going on, did he just start seeing it? Because this is the first time that he said anything about anything. You know what I'm saying? And I said, that's highly unlikely, right? So what it looked like to me, and y'all don't have to agree with me, you dig what I'm saying? But smash my like button, you dig? Smash the like button, because everybody is entitled to different opinions, right? So I said, did the man right? He was at work and he seen shit going on, all type of shit going on, but he was getting paid at that time. He's like, fuck that. It don't concern me. That's what it sounds like to me. A man that seen shit going on, right? But it was like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't concern me because I'm getting paid. You feel me? It's just like this, right? Say I got a job and you know, I work for, you know, a white boss, right? And the white boss is running around and, you know, he using the N-word. You know, he making black jokes all the time. I see that he is treating the few black employees that he's treating them, you know, different, right? But me, he paying me a whole bunch of money. You dig what I'm saying? So every day, I'm acting like I'm acting like I don't hear him using the N-word. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm getting paid more than the rest of the black employees. I'm getting paid more than all of them, right? So they complaining to me behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? They ain't really getting paid nothing. But I'm like, shit, he ain't said it to me. But you just heard him call me the N-word. Well, shit, they ain't got nothing to do with me. He ain't said it to me. You feel me? He didn't say nothing to me. And then, you know what I'm saying? But I'm getting paid more than the rest of these employees. You know what I'm saying? He paying me, so I'm cool with him, right? And then soon as I leave, right, I get into it with him and I decide to leave the company. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them. I ain't working for him no more because something that we get into it about. And then I come out and I hold the press conference and say and tell about all of the, you know, discrimination and all the racial things that was going on at that company, right? Now, am I a hero now? Because the whole time I was getting paid, I didn't say nothing about it. Now I come out and I tell everything. I want to tell it all. Am I a hero now? Or am I more like a snitch that's mad about some shit, right? So I come out after everything. I get into it with him. You know what I'm saying? Now I want to come out and I want to tell everything. And on top of that, I'm suing him for money. So am I a hero or am I a snitch that's trying to, you know what I'm saying, get some extra bread out the company? And so y'all can say what you want. You dig what I'm saying? Y'all can say what you want. But I look at the situation. Is the nigga's a snitch, right? To me, the nigga is snitch, and he trying to get some bread, and he trying to use, you know, certain things to make the situation. See, niggas always want to run to discrimination and racism when it benefits them. But if you was real and you would stand up, because a lot of these niggas is on here acting like he just such a stand up in his character, and he finally came and he opening doors for the other young fighters so they don't have to go through what he go through. Well, what I saw is a man that was getting paid more than all the rest of them, right? And a man that was defending Bob Arum and defending Top Rank for years. A man that saw shit going on, but then he decided to resign them. And he didn't say nothing. Now it was time for him to leave. Now you want to go running, snitching and telling, talking about, oh, this was going on. Why you ain't say none of that when you was signed with them, right? Then they say, oh, well, you know, he would have got set on the shelf. Well, the last time I checked back, man, is he had in his contract that he had to fight a certain amount of times, right? That's what he's saying in the lawsuit, that he had to fight at least 2 times a year, right? And he has a guarantee that they have to pay him. So when you go back to say, okay, they would have set him on the shelf. Well, how was they going to do that if he had a guarantee and he had amount that they, you know what I'm saying, the amount of times that he had to fight. Make that shit make sense. Because if they sit him on the shelf, Batman, it sounds like to me, he sure would have had a lawsuit. In the contract, they couldn't sit him on the shelf. If what he's saying is in the contract is in the contract, so y'all got to come with something better than that. That he didn't talk just because you on mute, Batman, but he didn't talk just because they would have shelved him. Maybe he didn't talk because it didn't fucking, you know what I'm saying? All that, if the shit was going on behind the scenes, it didn't concern him while he was getting paid. Now everybody want to act like he a fucking hero.
I mean,
I don't understand.
I mean, he's not a hero, but he did save some of the young niggas from. I mean, I ain't gonna say something. He saved Shakur from going through the bullshit he going through, but other than that, he a hot nigga. I mean, you gotta call it what it is, cause I mean, I'm somewhat glad Bob is getting this coming to him, but you know, I mean, he's doing it for his personal gain. You know what I'm saying?
So what is he doing it for? Is he doing it for himself to try to get the money that he wants, or is he doing it for some? Because I mean, if he was really doing it for, I think that he wouldn't have re-signed with him. Well, and like Bill Brown, you acting like the nigga's a hero, talking about he needs to be commended, and what other nigga had nuts to sue Bob Arum. Well, Bob Arum been sued before. This ain't the first nigga.
This ain't the first time.
You feel me? This ain't the first person to come out and say that Bob Arum was racial bias. You know what I'm saying? Racially biased.
I mean, but he just sit back and let it happen to him until Bob. See, this is what I think. If Bob would have never been talking that shit about him, after he left him, whereas though he job was hurting Terence Crawford from getting some money, I don't think Terence would have sued him. But Bob kept on going on his little rants, and he sued him. But you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But the nigga not a hero though.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know, I mean, like we gotta, like I said, everybody got entitled to their own opinion, but we gotta look at this shit for really what it is. You know what I'm talking about? Like, did the things that he's complaining about just start recently? Were these things the 8 years before he was with the company, before he signed back with him? Did they just start did they just start after he signed back with him? Was they not going on back then? I mean, keep it 100. Why is the man talking about Black Lives Matter logos and shit, and he ain't never talked about shit that was going on in the black community?
Man, you know, them niggas, like I said, he's using it for his own personal gain, man. You know, I mean, I ain't mad at him, but the only reason I ain't mad at him because Bob been getting over on so many black people for so many years, and you know that shit don't bother me. But you know how these dudes is, man. A lot of these, the NFL shows you. When they ain't get behind, a lot of cats ain't get behind Colin Kaepernick when the Dallas Cowboy owner told them, man, all my motherfucking players gonna be on the field. You ain't gonna be out of the job.
Right. And that's why I don't fuck with Dak Prescott, because Dak Prescott came and when they asked him, I think we did enough. You know, I think we need to move on and get the football because, you know, I don't think we should be talking about this no more. That's what Dak said.
Man, you know.
A lot of you niggas love Dak Prescott.
But you know, some of them niggas ain't trying, and I don't fault them dudes, right? This is why I don't fault these dudes. This is why I don't fault some of these dudes, because some of these people are fucking fake. They can get on social media and talk all this bullshit, but they ain't gonna march when the niggas time to march. Because when Colin Kaepernick, man, all the black fans supposed to motherfucking boycotted the NFL, but they didn't.
Right.
All you but listen, but some people want people to sit on the sword and they ain't gonna follow behind them. I mean, that's like with me and my son. If my son would happen to be a superstar, I mean, I'll tell my son it's good to speak out for it. But this one thing we'll do. When motherfuckers get to rapping and raging, we gonna go to these motherfucking these cities and have buses to pick people up and let's go. If that don't happen, then we not speaking on nothing.
Right. And salute to my queen Gina in the building. Salute, Gina. She in the building. She ain't scared to comment no more. Pac-Man, ATL, what's happening with it, Pac-Man? What's happening with it, Tay?
Tay, what's up, Tay?
Sheena in the building. What's going on? She says, Bud not doing it for nobody but himself. Why didn't he warn Keyshawn Davis before he signed with Bob? Right. You know what I'm saying? Coach,
listen, man,
what's happening with the coach?
Like I always say, as a prospect,
coach,
it's good to sign with top rank. Go ahead. What's up, coach?
Coach said, Keon, you still love the Cowboys knowing Jerry racist. You ain't never heard me in here talking about I'm in love with the Cowboys. I'm the first nigga that tell you that, you know what I'm saying, that's my team, but I ain't tripping over them like that. I tell everybody that know me know that. I stopped rolling with him like that when that whole shit took place and he told the players that they better not stand on that motherfucking front line and kneel. I don't see, you know what I'm saying? I'm not invested into them like that.
Tell them, Key, you better with the 49ers.
Shit, I bet on the 49ers. You feel me? If I was that invested in them, shit, I sure wouldn't have bet on the 49ers. I'll tell you like that. Young Murder Cut, man, what's happening with it? But yeah, you know, so I mean,
mechanical. My fault. Go ahead.
Like the shit is like, man, you took all the bread, you ain't say shit, you know what I'm saying? You was running around, you heard your boss calling the employees niggas and you know what I'm saying, make black jokes all the time and do all type of shit, right? But you was getting paid more than the rest of the employees, so you was like, shit, he ain't talking to me, he talking to y'all. And it's niggas like that. I've known niggas like that. Oh shit, man, he called you a nigga. He didn't say that to me. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. He wasn't talking to me. But you know,
yeah, but niggas, but if we all gonna get together and stand up together, I'm with that. But if you want me to go outside my way, knowing you ain't gonna do it, fuck no.
Do you think that nigga is gonna stand up for any black issue? Keep it 100.
I mean, nah. The way he act, I mean, listen, man, see, I'm from a city where as though it's only when I turn left or right, or I only got black friends, man. I got some white friends, you know. That's because when I was small, I went down West Virginia, went to school for like a year. But other than that, I got black friends. That man got mixed friends, so you know what I'm saying? Y'all know how it be if y'all.
I mean, you know, shit. I got, you know what I'm saying. I got mixed friends. I got some Mexican partners. I got shit. One white partner. You know what I'm saying. Well, maybe two.
But nah, that's just like in Oakland.
I don't give a goddamn. I wouldn't care.
In Oakland, like they say in Oakland, they let the white people that grew up in the hood with them say a nigga. But if a white motherfucker grow up in this neighborhood, they say nigga, they gonna get the shit whooped out of them.
Nah, you ain't doing all that around me.
No,
Rashid Muhammad, what's happening with it? Salute. In that super chat, what's happening with it? But you know, my whole thing, bro, is I see shit like this. Like I said, this some OJ shit to me. You know what I'm saying? OJ was this some OJ shit to me. OJ ain't want to have shit to do with nothing black, but OJ all of a sudden was pro-black, right? When he had that murder charge for killing that white woman. You know what I'm saying? And the black people stood behind him, and they pretty much played us to get behind him. And he ain't give a fuck about nothing black. Now, right? Now that OJ, he got all that shit behind him and he back out. What does OJ have to do with black folks? Do OJ associate with anything black now? Fuck no.
I don't even be checking on OJ.
He right back to who he was before he went in there. You feel me? So man, I don't know. I just looked at the situation different.
I look at it the same way, but sometimes, man, you gotta look at certain issues, man. If ain't nobody gonna get behind you, sometimes it ain't no reason to speak about nothing.
Well, the thing is like you got these athletes, right? You got these athletes, you dig? But they don't want to have to go through what Deontay Wilder has to go through. You feel me? They don't want to have to go through what Deontay Wilder has to go through. So my whole thing is like, if you gonna sit back and watch, I don't know what goes down at Top Rank. I don't work for Top Rank. I'm not a fighter that fights for Top Rank. So all we can do is speculate, right? But if you are gonna sit back for 11 years and you ain't gonna say shit, right? Because you don't want to have to go through what Wilder went through, right? Well, then, when you ain't with him no more, shut the fuck up. Just like you was doing when you was with him and you was taking them fucking paychecks, right? Do the same, keep that same energy. That's just how I feel about it. You know, keep that same energy because I know a lot of people like, oh, well, you know, no matter what, we got to stand behind him. Well, he wasn't standing behind Wilder. He ain't finna stand behind shit that goes on. You know, actually, he was rooting for Tyson Fury. He said he was pulling for Tyson Fury. So, and you know, that's neither here nor there, but if you feel what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? So I just say,
like you said, man, you know, a lot of niggas break code, man. It ain't just him. It wasn't just him.
The same shit that Wilder went through. He said the same shit that Ali went through, Wilder went through for speaking out. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying because I ain't, you know, you can't fool me and act like, you know what I'm saying, like you just standing up for black people now and you just, you know, man, bro, you ain't. That shit fake to me,
he ain't standing up for nobody but himself.
That shit just, you know, that shit fake to me, man, for real.
The shit benefits him and a couple of dudes he know, man. That's all. It benefits him and a couple of guys that he know, like Keyshawn and Shakur. It benefits him and people he knows. So you know what I'm saying?
817. I want to tell you personally, I appreciate how you came through last night, bro. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate how you came through and how you dealt with that motherfucking racist, bigot ass dude last night. And you know,
what you talking about on Fred show?
Yeah. I appreciate how you came through because y'all niggas was acting timid, Batman. Y'all niggas came through. Y'all niggas came through, and you know you want to say something to that motherfucking bigot.
No, I really didn't. Only reason I got on because the dude in the comments said he said Gary was soft. That's the only reason I got on.
He said a whole lot of shit, you know, and and one thing I noticed about dude, it like hurt his soul to say like shit, anything good about one of these black fighters. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they over at PBC.
PBC, I asked him what he got a problem.
Oh, he don't want to say nothing positive about none of them.
Yeah, I asked him. Even though, you know what I'm saying, if he'd have got all rowdy with me, then I'd have went off on him. But he's still my elder. But
Man,
he ain't
fuck
talk
that dead looking motherfucker for real.
True, but he ain't talk reckless to me. If he'd have started talking reckless, then I'd have went on him. But you know, he talked the fair, I talked the fair.
Hey, this dude Phil J crazy as hell, man. What's wrong with these dudes, man? Talking about Phil J 508 in the super chat. Salute to you. Talking about Batman look way younger than last year. Reverse aging. He said reverse aging ass.
Nah, I got a haircut, dog. I don't look that old for real. This gray hair got me looking like this.
Hey, coach say coach. He say actions speak louder than words. Yeah, man. Yeah. I just like I said, this
like
shit
I was
kind of
telling
triggered
him,
me because niggas is going around acting like Bud Crawford is a hero all of a sudden.
But like I was telling him, Bob fucked Bud situation up, but not give him the Manny Pacquiao. Then he tried to come out and say, the wife and Freddie Roach ain't want him to fight, but Bob ain't come out and say that. Bob said he saved him. But you know.
So check it's like this, right? I'm gonna use a different example. If I'm over on, you know, because it's some Mexican panels. I mean, it's some Mexican YouTube channels. They be having people on the panel, and the motherfuckers is pure racist, right? So I'm over there and I'm going through every night. I'm kicking it with them. I'm on their panel. They using all type of mayates and when black fighters is talked about, they calling them niggas and mayates. And I'm on the panel and I'm hee ha ha with them, and you know what I'm saying? I'm cool with it. I'm acting like it ain't, you know, it's just YouTube. I ain't even bothered about it. I'm on their panel showing love every day, right? I fuck around and get into it with the host, right? I get into it with him, and now I want to run back on my channel and I want to talk. And I want to tell everybody, oh man, about everything they doing over there. Fuck them, they racist and everything. What you gonna look at me like? For real, what you gonna look at me like? And the whole time I ain't said shit. I'm kicking it with them every night. Now I want to run back on my channel and I want to complain about the shit.
I mean, yeah, if they start going over your, then you supposed to go the fuck off.
But I ain't said nothing the whole time. But now I get into it with the dude that run the show, and now I want to complain about the shit. But I'm over there and I ain't said nothing the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Now I want to come back on my shit and I want to talk about them. I want to complain about it. I want to, you know what I'm saying? Fuck them and this and that. Why am I talking about it? Am I talking about it now because I want people to get behind me because it benefits me now? Because I ain't say shit about it before. All of a sudden, I got a problem with it, right? Yeah. He racist, you know what I'm saying? Fuck them over there and this and that. That's just what it's, you know what I'm saying? And I use that analogy because that's basically what it's like.
On my opinion, he just pro PBC. I mean, he ain't say nothing. I mean, that was my first time seeing Rick Glacier over there.
No, I'm talking about the Terence Crawford situation.
Oh,
I'm not talking about Rick Glacier. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, I just going back to the Terence Crawford situation and using an analogy, you know. Now I want to come back to my channel and get the support of all, you know what I'm saying, the brothers and sisters, right? And want them to go, you know, to get behind me. But I was over there and I was cool with it the whole time. You feel me? Mike Rahm in the building. What's happening with it? He say Bob didn't give Crawford the Pacquiao fight because Pacquiao sells and Crawford doesn't. Now, one thing that they was talking about on Fred's channel last night was these things that go on in boxing. Is it business or is it racial biasness? Is it just how business of boxing is? And Fred made an example. He says, because he says, if I got to start like Canelo, right? Or Oscar De La Hoya, I'm not saying he's wrong. You dig what I'm saying? I'm just asking y'all, how do y'all feel about the situation, right? If I have a star like Canelo or Oscar De La Hoya, right? And I got this other black fighter that I know can beat Canelo or Oscar De La Hoya, right? But he doesn't generate he don't got the fan base behind him that Oscar De La Hoya and Canelo, right, have. He doesn't generate the money that they bring in, right? He don't have the star power that they do, right? But I know that he is more talented, and I know if I put them in the ring with him, that they're gonna knock him off, right? So Fred says, in that situation, and like I said, I'm not saying Fred is wrong at all. I'm just saying he's saying that in that situation, he gonna be like, you know what? You ain't going nowhere near my fighter. You're not going nowhere near my fighter, because if you beat him, now I can't get the capital gain out of him that I could if I kept you away from him and kept him undefeated, right? So it's that business, because a lot of that, right? That example that Fred used, a lot of that goes on in boxing, period, right? Period. So is that racial biasness, or is that boxing business?
It's boxing business, but also, man, look, man.
I got you, coach.
But they do more. They do it more against the black fighters. So I mean, look, man.
Right.
At the end of the day, like I was telling Rick Glacier, fucking Oscar De La Hoya first pay-per-view fights is the similar numbers of Earl Spence until he fought Pernell Whitaker, another black superstar. I mean, Pernell was a black superstar. He never really got his stardom because they dicked him on Julio Cesar Chavez. Just like if Earl get another big name over there in the Mexican community, or whoever got a name, if he'd have got Pacquiao, I think he would have did big numbers and keep on doing big numbers. But you only do big numbers with your dance partner. Go look at all the Oscar De La Hoya numbers. He only did real big with a good dance partner.
Right. I mean, right. I haven't done the research, but I mean, I'm pretty sure you have. So you ain't gonna speak on it if you did. Zach Y MOZ. He said, "What racist channels am I going? I mean, what channels am I going to?" He said, where he go, the racist crap don't go. They get shut down. I'm not finna name you. Well, like I said, I don't go over there no more. You know what I'm saying? I went in there before, and then I seen this shit, and you know what I'm saying, I'll stop them from coming up on my YouTube feed.
Man, I'll tell you a channel. I'll tell you a channel
like that. I don't fuck with them.
I'll tell you a channel to go on now.
So I'm not gonna name the channel, but
Ooh, I'm a name. It's only one channel that I go on, and it's my brother too. You go on Money Brown TV. You get to talk about the Canelo shit. The Mexicans is gonna go the fuck off on you. They do it to me all the time over there.
I wasn't talking about Money Brown.
I know you weren't talking about Money Brown.
I wasn't talking about his channel.
But my man, when I go to my man's channel, he got Mexicans, and they be going off every time I go on
Canelo. Mioli, man, my man in that super chat, salute to you. He says, but imagine if PBC didn't have a gag order on their fighters. Them dudes would probably be saying all kinds of stuff about PBC if they could. I mean, I'm pretty sure they would, because a lot of them dudes at PBC, they have a whole lot of talent, but they not getting no fights. They ain't getting no shine. Coach, I think I've been sent the link to you. I think I sent the link to Coach.
Knockout
Boxing 86 TV. What's happening with it? Knockout.
Don Dada, what's up, babe?
So yeah, man. Let me see what y'all talking about in these comments. I'm gonna read some of these comments. Let me see. Let me see if I miss anything.
You say Aki the realest on here.
I don't like, bro. R West. I don't disagree with. I mean, I don't agree with everything Fred say. I don't disagree with everything he say. I don't agree or disagree. I don't agree with everything nobody say. Shit. But at the end of the day, I think that a lot of the shit that Fred be saying, I don't think y'all be listening to well. I think that it's kind of maybe the way that he come across. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? A lot, but a lot of the shit that he be saying have a lot of validity to it. It just, you know, maybe it's the way that he come across saying it that y'all don't like. But I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Fred, that's bullshit. Man, some people that's on here live a different life than Fred, man.
Right.
I'm just say that.
I think that is bullshit. That's what I think that is. I think it's pure and utter bullshit.
I got you, Batman.
When he said that shit, I think that's pure and utter bullshit. Because
about what, Coach?
You talking about I wouldn't let my fighter go near that guy. Motherfucker, they both on the same goddamn platform.
Well, yeah, and actually I was gonna get to that. Coach. Now, I disagree. Like Coach is saying, if they both on the same platform, right? If I'm the promoter of both fighters, I'm not moving like that. You feel me? I'm not moving like that if I'm promoting both fighters. That you know what I'm saying? Because you seen it with Don King. Don King, if he was promoting both fighters, Don King ain't giving a fuck. He like shit. Let them fight. I'm gonna get behind the winner. And I'm gonna promote them just like I did that motherfucker, and I'm gonna build them up.
Exactly.
But it made some sense if you are talking about they got that fighter over there, and this is your fighter, right? If you're on two different sides of the field, well, right. I might not want to let you get in, and I think that's more so what Fred meant. My man Ricky Williams in the building. What's happening?
But that wasn't a topic. So Fred no, that wasn't a topic. Fred meant exactly what he said because he knew exactly what the situation was. He knew exactly what it was. So that's bullshit. And how come you let Tim Bradley fight fucking Pacquiao? How come you let that happen? Huh?
I don't think that. I really don't think that he ever thought that Tim Bradley could beat Pacquiao.
You got an opportunity to run it back and make plenty of money, just like you fucking did. But the problem is with him is with Bob Arum is he don't want no more fucking superstars. That's brother. Bottom line, he don't want no more Floyd Mayweather because Floyd been a thorn in that.
And I agree with you because you know why I agree with you that Bob Arum don't want a black superstar, right? Is because he don't understand how to promote them. He don't know how to promote them, right? He don't know how to tap into the urban community. He said this. He's admitted it. And he don't. But this is the thing, right? He doesn't have the employees that he doesn't have the employees working for him. He don't got no black employees working for him, right? He don't have the employees to work for him that know how to tap into the urban community. So he doesn't have them. He doesn't. That's why he says, well, yeah, I admit I don't know how to promote. I don't know how to get to that fan base because he don't got no people working for him that can fucking go and do that. And so he don't understand how to promote a black fighter to blow them up like a you know, I mean, you know.
So what that tell you? What that tell you? What the fuck that tell you? Huh? That tell you that motherfucker, all of these years he been promoted. Now think about this. All of these years, this motherfucker finished from Harvard, right? As a lawyer. This motherfucker is a law graduate from Harvard. And you telling me that you can't go and get no fucking black employees and to help you fucking promote these black fighters the right way? So you telling me that? No, he don't want to. That's what the fuck it is. So he's a racist fucking prick. Bottom line. How come you don't have no fucking body? You've been a fucking promoter since the 70s, early 70s, right? And you still haven't fucking gotten no people on your staff of color to promote these black fighters, but your bitch ass keeps signing them. Then don't sign them then, motherfucker. If you're not gonna promote them like you promote fucking the Mexicans and the white boys, don't fucking sign them then.
Right.
Because you're doing injustice to those fighters.
Yeah, right, coach. He has a company, and obviously he don't want to hire blacks. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to hire nobody black to do that for. So when you
that tell you, he a racist fucking prick.
Right. Right. Or it tell me that he is a Jew, right? That's gonna look out for his people. He gonna keep it. You know what I'm saying? He gonna keep it all right there. He gonna fuck with his people, and he ain't going outside of that.
CA17. The reason I think Bud was doing that shit, not showing up for the fight. I mean, showing up to press conferences, because I think he was rebelling. Because he knew he wasn't being treated right. That's just like your mama tell you to go do something, and you mad at her about some shit. You ain't gonna want to do it. You gonna be reluctant to do the shit.
Let me let Knockout get in here.
Hey, salute, fellas. How everybody doing this afternoon, man?
Hey, what's up,
Knockout?
Man, I'm chilling, bro. Chilling, man. I seen y'all on here. You know, I always had to hop in, man. So here's what I've been thinking about that I wanted to talk to y'all about. Here's what I've been thinking about that's really crazy to me, bro. So how come Bob Arum, right? How come he never made no offer for Terence Crawford to fight Errol Spence? He never sent them an offer over for him to fight Errol Spence, but now I'm hearing that he's willing to send an offer for Lomachenko to fight Kambosos. What's the difference?
Lomachenko
that's my issue. Like, bro, like it's clear that you promote people differently now. Hopefully Crawford and them can prove the why behind that. But if you look at, and then another example, like how come Lomachenko, his first 3 fights were championship fights?
His first 3 fights.
His second and third fight were championship fights, but Shakur Stevenson didn't get moved like that.
Mayweather ain't even get moved like that.
It's a lot of discrepancies. It's a lot of discrepancies in the way that he treats people. So hopefully that'll come out, and I'm definitely rooting for Terence Bud Crawford. But that's just something that I have been thinking about, like, because I always was told that the A side, the person with the belts and shit, they supposed to make the offer. That's what they kept telling me when it came to Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. But I'm watching Lomachenko and them. I'm watching them make offers and shit to Kambosos, talking about how bad they want to make that fight. So it's kind of confusing.
I just don't want Bud to be Black Power now. Don't be Black Power now, nigga. That's all I'm saying. Don't be Black Power now. Don't be holding up your fucking black fist. Don't be doing none of that shit now, because nigga, you don't give black media they fucking shot. You don't fucking talk to them. You don't reach out to them, but you go and smile in the white media face. Go to Fight Hype. Only one I saw him do really interview with was Deontay back in the day. That's it. So I don't want to hear that bullshit, bro. I don't want to hear you talk about Black Lives Matter and all of this shit, because nigga, you ain't never spoke on it before. Not all of a sudden.
Coach.
Yeah.
That's all I've been saying.
I know why you doing this. You doing this because you pissed off at Bob Arum. I understand that. And you got a right to be pissed off at Bob Arum, the way he treated you. But you re-signed with that motherfucker knowing he was a shit-ass promoter for black folks. So I don't want to hear that bullshit, So I don't want to hear, now you want to come back to the community when you done got a motherfucker put his foot up your ass. Now you want to come back to the black community. I don't want to hear that shit at all. So
now,
you could have signed with a black. You could have signed with a black man, and he would have upped your career if you wouldn't have signed with Bob Arum. You would get all the fights that you wanted, because Al Heyman don't give a shit as far as that goes. He done put Errol Spence in there with Brooke. He done put him in there with Danny Garcia. He done put him in there with Sean Porter. Only one he didn't put him in there with was with Keith Thurman, because Keith Thurman had Manny Pacquiao. So I don't want to hear none of that bullshit you talking.
And I'm gonna say this, right? I'm gonna say this before we switch topics real quick. I want to say this, right? And you sign back with them when Top Rank didn't just start running a company a certain way, right? You signed back with them 4 years ago, whatever. And they've been running a company the same way forever. So whatever is going on now, was going on back when you signed with them, right? And you didn't even have a reason to really sign with them because you can't say that all of the talented fighters at 147, all of the big names was at top rank.
Shit.
You didn't even have no fighters to really fight you over there at top rank. You feel me? All of the smoke was at PBC, so you really didn't even have a valid reason to sign with them except for the money that you got offered. So, you know, you can say you sold out for the money. That's what it looked like to me. But
they got rich.
You know what I'm saying? But so it is what it is. But let's switch, right? Let's switch up because I want to talk about Mr. Gary Russell. Mr. Gary Russell, and y'all hit my like button. Y'all smash on the like button, and then I'm gonna get into the Canelo and Jermall Charlo situation, right? But first, I want to talk about my man, Mr. Gary Russell. Now, Gary Russell, I'm listening to him. I'm listening to him today, right? And Gary Russell says that it's very, very possible, highly possible, that he might fight 3 times this year, right? Injury-free, everything. He might fight 3 times this year. And I said, if Gary Russell can fight 3 times this year, of course, he said he got to have willing opponents. And he said he's willing to move up in weight. He'll go to 130 or 135, but he has to have, he's just not going to just drop his belt and move up. He says that it'll have to be another champion, right? Which makes sense. But he said he's trying to fight 3 times this year. So for everybody crying, talking about Gary Russell only wants to fight once every year or once every 2 years, he said he want to fight 3 times this year. Now, if Gary Russell fights 3 times this year, could this be the year that Gary Russell actually take over? Yeah, I got you. Ricky, man.
You want me to send it? You want me to send it to him? You want me to send it to him? I got Ricky email.
Yeah. Send it to him.
Ricky, I got you, bro. I'm about to email it to you right now, Ricky.
So if Gary Russell fights 3 times this year, right? And he said he wants the champions if he move up. So could this be the year that Gary Russell, could he take over? Could he move up in the top 5 pound for pound? Could this be the year that he finally move up and he become a top 5 pound for pound fighter? Could he take over this year if he fight 3 times this year? Could Gary Russell take over? Could he finally become a big name in boxing?
Man, if they put him against the right opponents, yeah.
Realistically, Gary Russell gets past Mark McSiel, right? Batman. Realistically, who is it possible that's a highly possible for them to make a fight with, and you see them actually taking the fight with Gary Russell?
Chris Kobe.
So you think that is a realistic chance that Gary Russell and Chris Kobe could fight next at 130 pounds for a title?
Because they was about to fight. They was about to fight before this Mark Maseo fight. If the WBA ain't make them fight in that in the tournament with the dude for the belt.
Okay. So now he gets past Chris Colbert. That's a big win. If Gary Russell can move up to 130, that's a big win right there. Chris Colbert is undefeated. Chris Colbert is considered one of the best 130 pounders in boxing, right? To me, he is. I don't like him, but he's considered one of the best. And if Gary Russell can move up after being a champion at 126 for years and years, he move up and bam, beat Chris Colbert, right? Or he stays at 126 and because he called out Leo Santa Cruz today. He said Leo Santa Cruz basically needs to stop being a coward. He says that this is a gladiator sport. So why are we same? We weigh the same in the same weight class, but you are afraid to fight another man when you signed up to be in the gladiator sport, right? And so say that he does finally get that fight at 126 and he defends his title against Leo Santa Cruz. And he schools Leo Santa Cruz, right? Now, Chris Colbert, you move up and you beat him. You stay down at 126 and you school Leo Santa Cruz. Does that put you on high on the pound for pound list? And if it does, where on the pound for pound list does that put Gary Russell? I'm gonna go in this order. I'm gonna go to Ricky Williams. I'm gonna go to Knockout. I'm gonna go to Coach, and then I'm gonna go to I'm gonna let Batman finish it off. What's happening with it, Ricky?
Hey, what's up, guy? How you doing, man?
Ricky, what's up, Rick?
What's up, boy? How you doing, Matt Ben? What's up, Jake? Yeah, man. I think the fight that's coming is Gary Russell versus Leo Santa Cruz. All right, it looks like that's the setup. It looks like, we all know Gary been wanting that fight for a long, long time. We all know Santa Cruz been dunking Gary for a long, long time. I just think that I think what a lot of people missing out is that boxing is about to go through a transitional stage where the old guard get moved out and the new guard moved in, right? So Santa Cruz is going to be looking for fights, against a Gary Russell where he can cash out and make that money now, because a lot of these guys getting ready to retire and move out of the sport, right? But as far as where it puts Gary at, to be honest, I don't know. I think Gary still got some years in him. If he moved up to 130 and conquered that, and, got some big fights up there, I think it would definitely push him towards the pound for pound list. Definitely. I mean, top pound for pound list. But he got to get the fights, though. He got to get the fights. So, like I said, I just think right now the fight we need to be watching for, or that I'm watching for, I can't make y'all do nothing, but I think that fight that Leo Santa Cruz versus Gary Russell fight would probably be like this summer.
You think so?
Yeah.
That fight is big. It's big. And Leo Santa Cruz at 126. Leo Santa Cruz is shit. He only lost one time, right?
Who's that? Santa Cruz. He lost to Frampton and Tank Davis.
No, I'm saying at 126.
126. Yep, the loss to Frampton.
He only lost to Frampton, right? At 126. So ain't nobody except for Frampton in his absolute prime was able to beat Leo Santa Cruz at 126.
I thought Abner Mares beat him once. Didn't Abner Mares beat him once?
Nah, he beat Abner Mares.
He beat Mares
two times.
Yeah, twice. That's right.
Mioli is in that super chat. He says, if he move up, doesn't that make him mandatory for that belt, since he already has have it at 126, the WBC title?
Yep.
Wouldn't it make it the mandatory?
That's what I've been trying to tell people. You can petition it in the WBC, but only the WBO actually has it in their rules where you can actually move up and become the mandatory. You can petition in the WBC, but they can tell you yes or no. They still have a say over it. But if you're the WBO champion and you move up to another weight class, you become the mandatory as long as that person doesn't have a mandatory or a fight already. They have to honor that. That's in their rules. WBC, they can do what they want. They can either tell you yes or no, but you can petition it though.
Ricky, did you have anything else to add to that?
No, man. I just wanted to talk on the Bud situation before we got out of that.
Okay. We go back to that in a minute.
Yeah.
We go back to that in a minute. Let me get through this, and then after this, we could go back to that, and then we can move to Canelo and Jermall Charlo. So Knockout, since you go ahead, Knockout.
Yeah, bro. So assuming what you said plays out, so in your scenario, Mark Mixayo, he beat Mark Mixayo, then he would move up, take Colbert's belt. If Colbert obviously beats this Roger Gutierrez guy who didn't look too good in his last two fights that he had to rematch. So Colbert, he moves up to 130, beats Colbert, becomes a champion up there, then moves back down to 126 to unify his belts with Leo Santa Cruz, assuming Leo Santa Cruz beats his opponent on February the 5th. Yeah, that's pound for pound shit. I put him, somewhere, depending upon what everybody else doing, you got to put him somewhere between like 5 and 8. Between 5 and 8, and I won't be too long-winded, but that's all I got on it. Based on your scenario, he beat Mixayo, then he move up and beat Colbert, then he moved back down, beat Leo Santa Cruz.
Well,
So
I wouldn't. If he moved up, I wouldn't say that he moved back down. It's either
where will he fight Leo at then?
And you beat Leo Santa Cruz, or you move up and you beat Chris Colbert.
Okay. So I mean, yeah, still like if it's only 2 of those fights, then like 8 to 10, bro. He that deserves pound for pound shit. If you defend your belt, then you move up and take another top person in that weight class belt. That's pound for pound shit. Assuming that the other people that are already on that pound for pound list kind of hold course and do what they've been doing, then you got to throw them in there. It's hard to because I got Jermall on mine right now based off of his skill alone. So you probably have to take him out and put Gary Russell in, but I think he definitely had to be a top 10 pound for pound fighter if your scenario plays out. And that's all I got. I don't want to be too long-winded. I know you're trying to get to a lot of stuff today, bro.
Now let me go to Coach.
I mean, Gary got to become relevant again. That's the biggest thing. You got to become relevant. You know what I'm saying? And him beating this guy this weekend, that's a start. So I don't know if he's gonna move up in weight. Batman probably got more information than we do, but he got to become relevant again. He gotta. If you don't fight Leo, call out Navarrete. Try to get him in the ring. I mean, I'll try to get as many of them dudes. Try to become undisputed. I know it's hard to make those fights because you're dealing with different promotional companies as far as that go. Leo's not. Leo just been. I don't know why Al Heyman haven't made that fight. I have no clue. Maybe Leo don't want the fight, which we know that's probably the case. And I don't know. I don't understand him, bro. I don't understand why this guy been on the shelf for so long, man. He fight once a year just as a mandatory. It's an injustice to that guy. So I just think he has to become relevant again to get on a pound for pound, and he got to have big fights. If you don't get the big fights, bro, it ain't gonna happen.
So a big fight with Leo Santa Cruz or a big fight with Chris Colbert, that ain't good enough for you.
Like Knockout said, 5 and 8, something like that. If he can get up there and beat Chris Colbert, shit, that's a good win and moving back down. But the main thing is he has to be active. He can't keep going this way, and he'll never make it like that.
Well, he fighting. So this is my thing. He's fighting Mark Messiah. He is an undefeated fighter, right?
Right.
Big as fuck. He undefeated, and he's huge. He beat Mark Messiah, and then he fight a Leo Santa Cruz or Chris Colbert and beat one of them. He's active now. And most of these dudes are only fighting once or twice a year. Twice a year, once you get, to Gary Russell level, they're not even fighting more than twice a year. So that means that he is active. So with that being said,
Yeah, if they can make those fights, he can become relevant and get on a pound for pound list. And he got to win, But like I said, that's just so hard to call. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know how they gonna make these fights. He has to get those fights though. That's the biggest obstacle right there. All of these years, and he hasn't gotten Leo Santa Cruz in the ring yet. Man, that shit is absurd. He couldn't get none of the other champions in the ring. That shit is absurd, bro. What makes it different now? That's the relevant question. What makes it different now that he can get those fights?
His age.
So let me and I'm gonna go to you, Batman. So you heard what I said. What you think about all of that?
Man, he was already in talks with the young boy Chris. So hopefully Chris wins and they get back in talks. But if he go up, what's the use of him coming back to fight Leo for? Fucking no problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't see him coming back down.
If I get another belt, I can drop my WBC belt. Fuck that belt. And then y'all had Chris Colbert in conversations with Shakur Stevenson. So I'll start barking. If he start barking at Shakur, either Shakur take the fight, or he move up and try to get another fight, another big fight. But on the pound for pound list, Man, you know, a lot of guys got Tank up there. A lot of guys got Devin up there. I mean, you know, one of Devin's biggest opponents, he already beat him. You know, if he can get the Chris Colby fight and get another big fight after that, I'll put him top 5. If he can get a big fight after the Chris Colby fight, like a Shakur Stevenson or who else? Tank Davis, anybody on the PBC side that got a name, I'll put him top 5.
Mioli, and so Mioli says, isn't Gary a perfect example of the same thing that Bob did to Bud? Now, stay tuned, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold that question you got, and then I'm gonna go back to Ricky Williams, and I'm gonna let him answer that question, and I'm gonna let him cook on that since he wanted to talk about the Bud situation. But go ahead, Batman.
Like I said, I mean, if he go in there, do his job against Mark, that's another fighter he done beat. A mandatory. What he beat? What 5 of them? He beat the champion, beat 4 mandatories, undefeated mandatories. Motherfucking go up, beat another champion in Chris Colby, and have another championship fight against somebody else. I mean, they put motherfucking Lomachenko on the fucking pound for pound list, on the top, in the top fucking 3. So you know what I'm saying? Because Gary Russell black, and he not giving too many people what they want. I mean, not him, but you know, his handlers not giving them people what they want. They put it on him. So you know, if Lomachenko can do what the fuck he did, why can't he be in the top 3 or top 5? Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if he do that, the stuff that under Keon scenario, that shit's undeniable, bro. Like it's like you can't deny him. If he do the shit that y'all talking about, it's undeniable. I just hope it's a realistic thing, because we're talking about somebody that ain't fought.
I know the Chris Colby thing a realistic thing. But I'm talking
about them keeping him active, because if you go by their track record, we talking about 1 fight in 2017, 1 fight in 2018, 1 fight in 2019, 1 fight in 2020. Now he fighting in 2022. Can we really?
This what they trying to do?
The PBC to keep him active like that. That's what I'm worried about. Anything.
This what they trying to do, knockout. He's 33. They think they think one of these guys gonna beat him because they tried to. I mean, Floyd Mayweather explained to y'all what they was gonna do with Lomachenko. They trying to age him out and hoping one of these young guys beat him. That's all, and knock him the fuck out the way for won't nobody talk about him no more. But it ain't gonna happen.
Me personally, right, and then I'm gonna go to Ricky Williams and let him answer that super chat. Me personally, right, if he beat Mark Masayo, who is a young, hungry, undefeated lion, right? He beat him, and then he moved up and he beat a Chris Colby. If that's the route that he does, he do that, and then he move up to 130, a whole nother division, and beat a champion right off the bat that's undefeated. Put your mic on mute because you got a lot of feedback, Batman. Yeah, and he move up and beat another champion that's undefeated. Now you've been the champion at 126 and 130, right? And you beating under all these dudes is undefeated. To me, right there, you got to take Inouye's spot. I'm putting him wherever Inouye at. I'm putting him in the Inouye spot because Inouye didn't beat a whole bunch of motherfuckers to me that ain't that impressive. He beat a whole bunch of dudes that ain't that impressive. So wherever y'all got Inouye, y'all need to move him down, and I'm putting Gary Russell in his slot, because if Gary Russell can do that, being 33 years old, being set on the shelf most of his career the past 6 years, but he been champion for 6 years. He didn't beat every mandatory they done threw in front of him, and then he done moved up to 130 and beat arguably, maybe the second best champion at 130. I would pick Chris Colbert to beat, maybe beat Oscar Valdez. I'll pick him to, even though Miguel Berchelt ain't champion no more, I would pick him probably to outbox Miguel Berchelt. So Chris Colbert possibly could be behind Shakur. Shakur beat his ass. But behind Shakur, he probably could possibly be the second best fighter at 130. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he gonna have to move. He gonna have to move out the way. I had to put Gary Russell there. And then when you look at what Knockout said, when you look at skill for skill, ain't too many dudes skill for skill got more. Is better than Gary Russell. Let me show y'all something. Then I'm gonna pass it to Ricky Williams, and we're gonna go back to the Bud. I'm gonna let him get on the Bud situation real quick. But let me show y'all something real quick. I posted this earlier because how many fighters have the skill set to do this? Look at this shit, y'all. How many fighters got a skill set that can do shit like that? Name me another fighter that can do shit like that. Now we see it done on the pads. But name me another fighter that does shit like that in live in-ring action.
It ain't more than 10 to 15.
David Benavidez.
Yeah, it's a few, but it ain't a whole lot. He's skillful.
Let
He's
me
skillful.
Hold on, man. Hold on, y'all. David Benavidez do shit like that.
Yes, sir. David Benavidez do a 7-punch combination and stop Porky.
Nah, David Benavidez ain't doing shit that crisp and fast.
Right, he threw a 7-punch combination and dropped Porky.
David Benavidez got hands like Gary Russell. Fast hands like Gary Russell.
Right. Did you see when he knocked out Porky?
Stop, Coach.
It was a 7-punch combination, dog. The boy hands is fast. I'm not saying they faster than Gary's. I'm not saying that. But he threw a 7-punch combination and dropped it.
You're telling me that David Benavidez got fast hands like Gary Russell.
He got, for his size, that motherfucker got super fast hands. You haven't seen him?
Nah, I ain't never seen him before.
I ain't saying they faster than Gary's, but I'm saying, you asked the question, have you ever seen a fighter throw that many punches in a combination in a real fight? Yes, he threw 7-punch combination and stopped Porky Molines. Yes.
No, it's a very few fighters that can do what I just showed that Gary Russell, does in the ring. So, like I said, with all of that being said, bro, he got to move high on the pound for pound list if he go and move up to 130 and beat a Chris Colbert. And now you active. You can't say he ain't active because that means he would have already had fought Mark Messiah, another undefeated hungry lion. Now, Batman, did you have anything else you want to add to that?
It's on Ricky.
Okay, Ricky. So now let's go back to the super chat that Mioli asked. He said, isn't Gary a perfect example of the same thing Bob did to Terence Bud Crawford, right? Mm-hmm. I want you to answer that, Ricky, and then you could, go ahead and talk about, whatever else you had to cook on that situation. And y'all hit my like button. Y'all, if you're in the building and you have not hit my like button, hit my like button. Get the likes up. It don't cost nothing for you to hit the like button. I don't know why all these people in the building and a lot of y'all ain't hit the like button.
Go ahead, Blue Blood Jr. Tell them.
Yeah.
Wipe your feet before you come inside.
Go ahead, Ricky.
Isn't Gary a perfect example of the same thing Bob did to Bud? Not exactly, right? But if we're talking about the business aspect, this is, you know, sports and entertainment business, which a lot of y'all forget this thing really is. Ain't nobody fighting for free. Ain't no promoter promoting for free, right? Ain't no manager managing for free, right? Well, except MTK, but you know, they use that to wash money. That's the subject, right? Look, man, this is the thing about Bud, man. And I want to tell y'all, all y'all, you know, Black Lives Matters, Black Fists in the Air people, I understand. I do, right? But the difference between Bud and all these situations is that Bud knew what he was dealing with.
Did you hear what I said?
Man, he got the drop on y'all.
He got the soundboard on their ass. Get him, Rick.
Right. Bud knew what he was dealing with. Coach up in here, Batman. I done said this before. This is the only way I can run it to y'all. I'm gonna be transparent as I can. Batman, Key, my boy Knockout Boxing, Sheena, 817, Tyrone Spencer, The Natural, Bill Brown, Ricardo Johnson, you name it. Y'all all know how Bud, not Bud, but Bob does business. Now y'all keep playing, Bud, he was cool with it when them checks was coming. Why y'all hear about this after the money stopped? The same people, the people on this panel, all of us that speak boxing, I'm gonna keep telling y'all because YouTube is boxing. It's not ESPN, it's not Fight, it's not YouTube is boxing. Blue Blood Sports TV in the building. Here, tell you.
Blue Blood. Salute to my brother Blue Blood. It's funny because while you, right, when I was on mute, that's what I'm watching. I got Blue on the phone. I got Blue. You know, yeah, go ahead though.
Right. So my question for y'all is this. If you know a certain company, I don't care if y'all keep saying Bob Arum, y'all know what Bob Arum is. You know a certain company does business a certain way. Why would you go to them? If I know it's a mechanic over here, bro, and he shysting people, bro. He fixed something on your car and then you get your car back and something broken, bro. Every time. Why I'm gonna keep taking my car back to that dude? No, John Doe. I feel that John Doe said so. Ricky feels like he should have took 2 years to sue Bob. He should have sued Bob at the breach of contract. You idiot. You don't wait until you don't finish through with a contract, bro. If it doesn't matches up to the terms that was met in the agreement, when Bob didn't make it happen, that's when you go to court and be like, hey, I need out of this. I'm not getting my reciprocity. I'm not getting treated right. This contract not right. You don't wait until after you done collected 5 checks. You don't wait until after you collected 5 checks, ladies and gentlemen. Right? And now that the guy who was financing you don't want to deal with you no more, now you sue? Y'all keep saying, oh, he doing this for the young boys and all this stuff. What Bud got to lose?
Did you hear what I said?
What does Bud have to lose at this time? So how can it be a sacrifice or anything done for anybody if he ain't got shit to lose? This man told y'all what he was on Twitter. I guess I gotta play the puppet master. You throw up a Black Lives Matter or some racism stuff, and here y'all come, the brigade. Oh, everybody get behind Bud. When he done told us for I don't know how long that I ain't worried about y'all and the fans. I don't care. I know y'all want to see the Errol Spence fight. That fight behind me, though. Stop falling for this empty crap, bro. It's bull mess. It's bull mess. It's bull crap. He ain't doing this for nobody but himself, bro. That man off on the island, he realized that his market value is not what Bob was paying him, and now he's like, "What the fuck is really going on, Bob? You did this to me, Bob. I'm gonna take you to court. You ruined my reputation as a fighter. It's not defamation, ladies and gentlemen. If it's true,
Did you hear what I said?
What happened when Bob bring them pay-per-view numbers out compared to every other pay-per-view? Not star, because y'all keep saying 300,000 ain't no star, but every other pay-per-view fighter, and they see the numbers is less than half. What it looked like when he come out and they show you he fought somebody like David Benavidez for X million amount of dollars, and they didn't get the payback on the back end.
Man, Jose.
Right? And the same thing y'all was saying, the same thing y'all, the Bud fans saying, this the same thing y'all was saying, bro. Oh, this was crazy, Key. This the crazy part to me, right? The things y'all was saying that the PBC and Errol Spence should have dropped off the table to make the fight happen for 50-50. That didn't happen now? Because Bob didn't do his job? Who when he was a champion at 135, who was he with?
Bob Arum.
When he won undisputed at 140, who was he signed with?
Bob Arum.
And when he moved up and got the first shot coming up from undisputed to the WBO at 147, who was he with?
Bob Arum.
So Bob not doing his job now? Y'all need to pick a story. Y'all need to pick a story. He's a stand-up guy. He's doing it for the blacks. He's doing this for black fighters, but he still ain't told y'all out of his mouth that it wasn't Errol Spence that was ducking him.
So Ricky, you could go ahead and salute to Mioli back in that super chat. I'm gonna let you read the super chat. You can see it.
He said that's what he's supposed to be doing it for himself. The media is the ones talking about it. Come on, man. So why didn't he do it when he said had something on the line? How is it a sacrifice if you're not sacrificing anything, Mioli?
Did you hear what I said?
Oh, but I know what it is. It's because it's Bud, right?
Oh, that was different.
I keep trying to tell y'all, bro, just because he's a fighter, just because they fight don't mean there ain't no bitch in them. Just because he a fighter don't mean it ain't no bitch in him.
My man Fred in the building. Man, I was just talking about you earlier when we was cooking on this, Fred. Barbershop Conversations in the building. Salute to Fred in the building.
Fred, what's up, Fred?
The difference between the big difference, like, and y'all keep trying to say, oh, Deontay Wilder this, Deontay Wilder that. Deontay Wilder got something. He go through trials and tribulations in the sport, and we know that. But Deontay Wilder got something Bud ain't got, and that's integrity. That's integrity. He ain't never had you question his motives. Win or lose, win or lose. Did he wait until the AJ and Fury fight was made and done and over with to be like, oh, that was supposed to be my fight? Or did he address it at the point of redress? Y'all know everything, right? Did Deontay Wilder wait until after the Tyson Fury AJ fight happened and was over, or did he address the issue at the time of redress?
Right, Ricky. That's what I said earlier. He didn't want to have to go through the things that Deontay Wilder have to go through. You feel me? He sit back, take the paycheck. You know what I'm saying? I see everything going on, but I'm not going to say nothing because I don't want to have to go through the things that black man is going through. I don't want the backlash that Deontay Wilder is getting.
And the way you deal with this, is not to do business with them people. That's how you deal with it. Y'all mad at Bob for operating the way Bob been operating for decades.
And they keep signing with him. That's what get me. Motherfuckers keep signing with him. All of these young black fighters keep signing with him. I don't get it. I don't understand that shit at all. Why y'all keep on signing with this dude? The history is there. You got fighters that's older than you who went through the shit. You know Floyd talked to Shakur before he signed with him. You know Floyd talked to Terence when his contract was about to be up. You know this shit. And y'all still sign with this dude. And Terence, if everything was so fucked up, why didn't you warn these kids? Why you didn't warn Keyshawn Davis, who just came out of the Olympics and signed with Bob Arum? I don't understand this shit, bro.
It was all good just a month ago.
Yeah.
Mioli also says, he said, and I'm gonna read the rest of I'm gonna go down these super chats. He says, like Arrow 2, he says, but that's your problem. We worry more about another man's pockets. I don't know.
What is he talking about?
Nothing.
His pockets are out in the open.
Nothing.
His pocket. Hold on. His pockets are out in the open. What are you fucking talking about? How we know they got a lawsuit going on? How the fuck we know that? Because it's out in the public. So now it's
ain't even
talk about.
First of all, I ain't hear nobody bring up money. And then this is some of y'all boxing fans. This is what upsets me about some of you dudes, right? Like, or women, whoever saying this shit. We the only type of fans that'll be like, yo, if you talk about everything that's going on in the sport, you pocket watching. Meanwhile, all these sports that are more popular and shit, they talk about everything and anything they got to do with that sport, bro. All of that shit. Y'all come on here and be like, say, bro, I only care about the fight. I don't care nothing about what they make. I ain't pocket watching. I don't care about contracts and all that shit. But other sports, maybe that's why they're more popular, because maybe they fans are smarter or some shit. I don't know. But that shit don't make sense to me. I'd be a damn fool to come on here and talk about boxing and not understand what goes on behind the scenes and not try to talk about what's going on in the business of it. To me, that's a fallacy, and that's just bad thinking, in my opinion. That shit don't make no sense, bro.
It's all part of it. That's what they don't understand. It's all part of it.
And son of Peter, bro, Bomac.
Let me read this. Yeah, let me read this super chat, because he says, in defense of Bud, could it be Bud loyalty to Bomac that convinced him to stay with Bob? He says Bomac hasn't said one negative word towards Bob after he disrespected Bud like a pimp with the high mileage hoe. He says, but it's always F. Al Heyman. But it's F. Al Heyman. Salute to Son of God. Salute to you coming through, man, showing love in that super chat.
Happy, yeah. Like who does?
Can I go on the Bomac thing right quick? Just real quick. So here's the thing, bro. Like I'm tired of people like, and Son of Peter, I 100% wholeheartedly agree with you. Like Bomac ass he should be gone, bro. He's an absolute horrible manager. Maybe he's a good trainer. You keep him on as a trainer, but the business decisions and everything that he has done for Bud Crawford. This is where Bud Crawford is at. His stock is devalued. He's having a hard time getting what he feels like he is worth, and he's tied up in litigation right now, all because of the move that Bomac has advised him to make. So Bomac ass need to been gone, should have been gone. I agree with Son of Peter wholeheartedly, and I'm sure my brother Key appreciates that super chat. But that's a great point, my brother.
Right. I mean, the whole thing with that is, dude, could have got rid of Bomac. Not only that, you could learn how to do the shit yourself. You can learn how to, if you got good sense, then you can learn that this shit wasn't cool. You can learn the way Bob treated you and not getting you the Manny Pacquiao fight. Bomac, I don't give a fuck what you say. I'm not signing with him again. Period. I'm the boss. I pay you. I'm the boss. I pay you, Bomac, to be my manager. I pay you to train me. I pay you. So it's gonna be the way I want it, or hey, bro, we're gonna have to, you can still be my trainer, but you're not managing me no more. Point blank, period. But that's all feelings, and feelings get your ass screwed in business all the time.
That's exactly what happened, bro. And like, I don't care what y'all, how y'all look at this, bro. I don't care how other people look at it, bro. You can't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining outside.
Well, I want to do this, right? I want to do this because Bill Brown he says that we out of line, and I've been reading catching some of his comments here and there, right?
Not true.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop this link in the chat. If you're not Bill Brown, don't touch the link. This is for Bill Brown. I'm gonna drop the link, and I want him to get up here and explain his position, because he says that we out of line. So I want him to get up here and explain his position and let us know, elaborate on what he's saying in the comments.
What's out of line?
This is what's out of line
what's out of line is having your fighter sign some shit knowing that the party you signing with can't keep up their end of the bargain. Man. You should have stopped reading that shit right there and be like, nah, bro, you can't do this shit. Ain't no way you.
Let me get to this super chat, y'all. Too. Let me get the Big Dose super chat. Big Dose 513. He says that Spence, the one, asked for 60-40, not us. He said he said not us, is him. I think he meant is him that's pocket watching. He says they don't want Spence to get what he is asking for. Ain't that pocket watching? Right. They worried about Spence asking for 60-40, right? But then when we talk about, money, we pocket watching. But here's Bill Brown. I'm gonna bring him in right now. And so, Bill, we out of line. I want you to explain how we out of line.
Bro, from what I hear y'all talking, it's like asking Floyd why he don't fight toe to toe. It's like y'all asking why Bud didn't take the toughest road that he could take to sue Bob Arum. Why would he sue him in the middle of a contract so he can be sitting on the shelf like Andre Ward looking crazy as hell, not fighting for 2-3 years because he's still in the middle of a contract with this man and suing this man? Like all he did was play this whole contract out. The man still owed me money once this contract was over. That's like for construction, anything. You build something, you get to the end, the person didn't do what they supposed to do in the contract, you sue them.
Okay, now
everybody else on this black
Coach, hold on. Hold on. Let me get to
let him finish. Yeah, let him finish.
Yeah, let me. That's us throwing all the black power part on there. You know what I'm saying? We throwing out the black power and what he represents and who this man is. When I doubt any of us to chill with that man for over a day, over 24 hours. Mm-hmm. We see shit on the camera. I see you on the camera, everything boxing. I see you on here talking with the headphones. That don't mean I know you. Because I know a bunch of he say, she say. The paperwork is public. You can go read the paperwork, but ain't nobody going to read the paperwork. Everybody just want to talk about what somebody else said.
I read all 24
he
pages.
Said, and she said.
Wait, hold on.
Read the paperwork.
Don't say ain't nobody read the paperwork. I read all 24 pages.
Okay, cool. You read all 24 pages. Well, you see what the man suing them for. He's suing them and the Black Lives Matter part. That's just like when you go to court. If you in the courtroom and you guilty, if you can go in the courtroom and you can do something to prove that you innocent, no matter even if you guilty, you gonna throw that in your court case. It's a court case. It's not an argument on the street case. It's a court case. So you're trying to put as many points as you can in your argument to prove your point to win your case.
Yep. Let me know when you're done.
Okay, and I'm trying to figure out who said Bud sacrificing something. Like nobody talking about sacrifice. Like who said Bud was sacrificing something? Because I keep hearing that he not sacrificing nothing and he not doing this. Like, what is he supposed to be sacrificing?
Okay, let me read this super chat and I want to respond to the things that that you brought up. So my man, I am ill will in that super chat. He say for the 5 lives, bro. Salute the coach. He said he be having me laughing, man. Salute to the panel. I appreciate you. I am ill will. I appreciate you coming through.
Thanks, brother.
Now, okay, let me bring him.
Nothing, bro.
You good? Can okay? Was you done?
He finished.
Was you finished? Can you
hear me? He froze up, bro.
Yeah, he froze up. I'm
gonna go back out and come back in because I wanna rebuttal. I want to answer what he said. So I'm gonna wait for him to come back in and I'm gonna answer what he said. Then I'm gonna go to you, coach, and let you say what you gotta say. But I want him to come back in because like I said, come back in. If you
And
in the building,
coach, man, most of the stuff he was talking about was what was based off what Ricky was saying. So
I'm dropping the link in again right here. If you in the building, grab the link and come back in.
We gonna definitely tell him why.
Okay, here you go.
For sure.
Oh no, that's Batman. If you in the building, grab the link and come back in. Come back in. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to wait for him to come back in so I can go ahead and I'll hear you right here. All right.
My bad. And somebody called me. That's how the call stopped. Okay. I got one more question. Just asking, Batman. I'm not saying what you would do, but if Bob Arum come drop that bag and want your son to sign with Top Rank, you gonna take a stand and just say, nah, we not signing with Top Rank?
You say me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just asking. I'm not putting no prejudgment on it. I'm asking a real question.
Oh, for the first check, yeah. That first go round, yeah, because he gonna build my son up to be a star, and we gone after that. I always say that.
But the thing,
okay, let me. You still in the building? Because he freezing up.
Goes up again.
Yeah, he froze.
I mean, if that's the case, I mean, but just like there a whole bunch of people wanted to sign Devin Haney. Devin Haney told him.
I think he back in. You back in?
Devin Haney and Bill Haney, different situation.
Yeah,
Bill
I'm in
Haney
the mountains. That's why.
already, coach.
They want to sign Arrow too.
Let me ask him a question, right? You still in?
He going back and forth.
Okay, so one of the things that he said, right? One of the things that he said, I know he probably can hear me in the background. You know, one of the things that he said that, you know, why would Terence Crawford sue while he's in the middle of his contract, and then, you know what I'm saying, risk being put on the shelf? That's one of the things that he said. Well, I said, hold on, he going out. I don't know. He gonna come back. He'll come back in, right?
All right,
so now my thing. Hold on. Let me say what I'm gonna say, right? Now, I mentioned earlier. I said one of the things that he's suing for in his contract. You back in the building. So I mentioned earlier, right? I said one of the things that he's suing for in his contract is because he had in his contract that he has to fight contractually. He got to fight at least 2 times a year, right? So you said, why would he wait? But right, why would he sue Bob Arum in the middle of his contract? Then Bob Arum would be able to put him on the shelf, right? That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Okay. Yeah. Now tell me if they have in contract that this man has to fight at least 2 times a year, and then if he sues Bob Arum and Bob Arum say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna put you on the shelf. Ain't that a much bigger lawsuit? Because you got it in writing that you have to fight twice a year. So how is Bob Arum gonna put him on the shelf without being in a much bigger lawsuit if it's contractually obligated that you have to at least give him 2 fights a year? Y'all, you got to make this shit make sense to me, billionaire, because you said.
What's your question?
I'm saying in the complaint, wasn't one of the did it in the complaint when you read the 24-page complaint, right? One of the things that we found out is that Terence Crawford was contractually obligated to fight at least twice a year, right? Yes or no?
Right.
Yes. Okay. Now, with that being said, you said that why would he sue Bob Arum while he was in the middle of the contract? Because then Bob Arum could just sit him on the shelf. Now, you got to make it make sense to me. How can Bob Arum sit him on the shelf if he is contractually obligated to give Terence Crawford 2 fights a year at least?
Well, he sued him. It was 2020. So the 2020 year, he was supposed to get 2 fights. The pandemic happened. He didn't get the 2 fights.
I'm saying it was throughout his contract, each from 2018 to 2021. He's supposed to have 2 fights for 2018 through whatever. He is contractually obligated to have 2 fights each calendar year. It's in the contract. So
Correct.
if that's in the contract, how can Bob Arum sit him on the shelf if he sues Bob Arum?
The same way other fighters got set on the shelf suing in the middle of their contract. At the end of the day, Bob
that's
Arum
not a bigger lawsuit.
Contract.
Yeah, if you sue me, we at a disagreement right now. Like this
Okay, well, it's in the contract.
So was he at a disagreement then or now?
He was at a disagreement when he didn't get the 2 fights in 2020?
This is the crux of your argument. So you should know if he waited till his contract ended, did he have a problem back then or now?
That's what I'm saying. None of us know the man to know the exact
What do you mean?
My answer would be yes, he had a problem.
Hold on.
No, I'm just telling you. My answer would be yes.
You didn't answer
he
my
had a problem
question.
when it happened.
He said yes. He said yes.
That would be my answer.
But I want him to answer my question, because if Terence Crawford is contractually obligated to fight twice a year and he has it in contract, and then Bob Arum sits him on the shelf and he don't give him no fights, isn't that a clear, bigger lawsuit?
Right, but who's sitting back thinking about in 2020 when he trying to fight Spence and he trying to fight people? I'm gonna try to build up the biggest lawsuit I can right now.
That's not what he was trying to do.
He still believe in Bob, because Bob cutting these, in my mind, because Bob cutting these $1 million checks. He's still buying this BS from Bob. Thinking Bob finna try to get him to fight. And thinking all that.
And whose fault is that?
That's his fault, but he still can sue the man when he want to, though.
Yes, you
Hold on, wait. Listen to it. Listen.
Sue him when he want to.
Hold on, Ricky. Let me say one thing.
You don't have to stop right there.
Hold on, bro. Let me. Hold on, bro.
More sense to you.
Hold on, bro. Let me ask you a question. Okay, Keon just made a point that you obviously wasn't understanding what he was saying, and by December of 2020, boxing was back. Shakur was on the first card for Top Rank in boxing, right?
Right.
He didn't get the fight in 2020 at the end. He should have took it to litigation then, and he could have got out of the contract if he wanted to, right?
If he wanted to.
If he wanted to. So
how long it took Ward to get out of the contract?
It doesn't matter.
Do it, bud.
Every fighter we know that sued somebody in the middle of their contract. How long it took them to get out of their contract?
Wait. We're not talking about how long.
Canelo Alvarez got on his contract real fast.
It's a breach of contract. The contract becomes obsolete because it's a breach in the contract. He should have came up with his complaint then. If he would have came up with his complaint then he probably would have been out of the contract, or Bob Arum would have had to compensate him for the money at the time. So there's no, he had a problem then. But so what the brother Ricky is saying is, did he have a problem with it then? Or you got a problem with it now? Because you knew you didn't fight twice in 2020. You knew you didn't fight twice in 2020. So that means you had a fucking problem. What you just all of a sudden got a revelation once the contract up, you got a revelation. You know what? I didn't fight twice in 2020. No, this nigga knew he ain't fight in 2020.
Hear nothing again, bro. This shit.
I just want to make this and to use the example he used with a construction company. He said stuff to blah blah blah. Yeah. Okay, that's facts, right? You want to get your bathroom done, but if you know that a construction company don't finish their jobs on time, be cheating you on material costs, right? Why would you work with them?
Makes no sense.
Somebody talking about made rule that Top Rank wasn't able to make the fight during the pandemic. You made Shakur Stevenson, so that's a lie.
Well, like what, Coach? You know, me and you went back and forth with this. Bud Crawford is on record, on interview, saying that he did not want to fight for less money, and he did not want to fight with no crowd in attendance during the beginning of the pandemic.
But
he
then
he was gonna fight.
But then it's Top Rank's responsibility. If they offer them a second fight in 2020, it's Top Rank's responsibility to amend that contract and have Bud sign it saying, we're not gonna pay you because you don't want the fight.
Agreed.
That is Top Rank's responsibility to amend that contract and have Bud sign it. You say you don't want to fight during a pandemic with no crowd, right? So you're gonna sign this paper, or you got to fight, because he's also contractually obligated to fight twice. So Bud wouldn't have a leg to stand on right now in court. See, he wouldn't have a leg then. So now, if he would have amended that contract and have Bud Crawford sign that contract saying that, okay, I don't want to fight during a pandemic or whatever. I don't want to fight with no crowd. But that's Top Rank's responsibility to do that. Or they liable now. If they didn't do that, they're liable.
Smooth Groove Boxing, my man, in that super chat from that. Oh, Cliff, what's happening with it? Smooth Groove. He said, salute to the whole family. Love all you boys. Salute. Much love, Smooth Groove. Much love. Let me get to this next super chat real quick. Mioli is in the super chat. He says, man, what are y'all mad about though? I don't understand what the question is, bro. But salute
ain't nobody mad about nothing. We just sitting up here.
I think he's talking I think he's saying kind of what I'm saying, to be honest. I ain't saying y'all mad, but I'm saying hindsight 20, like, yeah, you can always, somebody gonna have better advice. Like what you could have did better, you should have did this and you did that. But this real life, man. The man fought out his contract. And he's suing the man after the contract over. I don't see what's the big deal with that. Like the man fought out his whole contract, and then after the contract was over, this is what you owe me for, because you didn't do this part of the contract. Is you gonna pay me? Are you gonna pay me? If you not, then let's go to court.
Man,
hindsight. Hey, you right, bro. Hindsight is 2020. But if I'm paying you 10% as a manager and I'm paying you fees to catch shit like that, like, I shouldn't even be in court right now, because you should have caught that shit. Why the hell they allowing him to guarantee some shit about fighting Earl Spence when he ain't got no control over Earl Spence? Like that part, like, you just can't get around that shit. There ain't no hindsight 2020. That's some dumb ass shit.
And
I don't care who it is.
With some of the, I agree with. I'm not like I'm over here disagreeing with everything. That's the only part I'm touching on. Yeah, he should have better management. I feel you, brother. He should have better management. Like I didn't know the man could fight.
My
point
is
to fight his ass off,
and you right, bro.
Shit, Bob Arum do what he's supposed to do, so he's suing. Right. Some people trying to make him a hero, like everything boxing saying, and that's rubbing people the wrong way. But he's not saying I'm a hero. You know what I'm saying? That's other people getting on they stations and getting on they soapbox and trying to say how he, you know, like he Malcolm X or something now.
Right. That's who we addressing, bro.
That's who we addressing. We're addressing those people. We addressing those people who getting on their soapbox, like you said. We addressing those people. We're not addressing Bud Crawford about it. You understand? So we addressing all these other channels who are Bud fanboys and not a fan of boxing, and the ones that's gonna sit there and say that, oh, he's a hero. He's going up against Top Rank. Well, no, he ain't doing that. He ain't doing that shit to make it better for everybody else. He's doing that for himself, and we made our point.
I agree.
He's doing it for himself.
That was the only point that I was making, that he is not a hero. He is not a Deontay Wilder. He is not a Muhammad Ali. He ain't none of that. He's doing that shit for himself, and he's using the racial bias, right? He's throwing that in there for his own capital gain, because he ain't never spoke on nothing that had to do with black folks. He resigned with Top Rank, knowing how they do business. He resigned with them. Right now, right? If your boss is a white man and you know that he is a racist bigot and he go around using the N-word, he treat all his black employees like shit, right? And he treat his white employees, he treat them like, you know what I'm saying, gold, right? Are you going to continue to work for him?
And the problem I got is that, like, how this
go back and work for him. Come on.
My problem is with these so-called Bud fans. It's a microcosm of what really goes on in Black America, bro. Like, it's different. I don't appreciate Bud using the racial angle because this is not the case, bro. It's not the case. And the problem is that with a lot of black folks, bro, they hear something, they hear racism, and y'all want to jump on the bandwagon when that's not really the fight you're supposed to be having, bro.
Hold on, John Doe. Let me. So John Doe, right? Talking about Ricky has a personal vendetta against Bud. First of all, I don't even think you know Ricky. Second of all, you said Wilder ain't a hero either. He did that for himself. What did Wilder gain out of doing what he did? What does Wilder gain out of speaking on issues that's been going on with his black people for hundreds of years? What is he gaining out of that? Because the only thing Wilder got from doing that is backlash.
Yep.
So how is Wilder doing that? What did Wilder gain out of that?
When he got in Radio Raheem,
no sense.
When he got in Radio Raheem face about that shit, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When he got in Radio Raheem, he ain't had nothing to gain by speaking up about the racism that's in this sport.
So you got to explain to me, since you made that dumbass statement, what did Wilder have to gain?
And to keep it a buck with you, I ain't been wrong about Bud yet. I'm just being honest with you, bro. I ain't been wrong about Bud yet. Ask anybody who on my channel on a regular. I ain't got no reason to lie on this man, sucker. I ain't got no reason to lie. I don't make no money off YouTube, bro.
And that's not the only thing. There's people on this panel who's been at fights and seen the way Bud Crawford treat black media from YouTube. They've seen the way he behaved, but he'll go smile in a white man's face. So I don't want to hear no more black power shit from you. You could have left that. As far as I'm concerned, you could have left that shit out of the lawsuit. The other shit, you got a shot. But proving that they racist and they want to put a Black Lives Matter on the canvas and all this bullshit, bro. They can do whatever they want with their company. They ain't got to do it. They ain't got no black folks working as executives,
bro. And that's my whole thing. You sit up there like a dog gonna holler, bro. The thing is this: no matter what y'all say, y'all keep saying about Bud this and that, and this is the people saying the black shit. And I got to keep bringing this up because Bud is the one who put it in his lawsuit. Right? You had, no matter what y'all say, bro, y'all talking about black power and all this stuff, bro. The truth of the matter is there was a viable management company that's ran and headed by a black man that Bud refused to work with.
And he said, fuck, and he got his manager trainer saying, fuck Al Heyman, knowing that you got to go across the street to get those belts. Knowing that that's another reason Bomac should be fired. When he got
the whole panel, dude said the whole panel fake as fuck, but he in here watching us.
Right.
The whole panel can be fake. He can call me fake all he want. I don't give a fuck. I don't know you, don't care to know you.
What
but
that make you? If you in here watching the whole panel full of fake ass dudes, but you watching us, what that make you?
A dummy, a big dummy,
idiot,
big dummy.
And what it really comes down to, if
your mama fake for having you, man.
Right. If it comes down to it, bro, the real problem is that y'all don't want. And like I said, y'all tell on yourselves, because if you accept this and ride it the way it's being presented, bro, you don't want Bud to take no accountability for none of his choices and or actions, bro.
That's right.
That's really what it is. Y'all want to blame the white man, even though this dude signed and was getting a check from the white man and was cool with it all this time.
And that's not the only thing. They knew, Ricky. They knew exactly what they was dealing with when they re-signed with this dude. He done signed with him 3 times. You knew exactly what you was dealing with.
But now you want to come on, man. Y'all.
Man, he made a decision. He was like, damn, I might be getting screwed over, but these $4 million a year a fight for these easy ass fights, this shit is cool. This shit is sweet. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna ride it out. I'm gonna take this shit because I'm getting this bag. And I'm gonna go ahead and do this shit. These fights is easy for me. Then what happened was, this is why he's suing. Like the brothers are saying, he's suing because he want the money for the fights that he missed out on, some free, easy ass money. And he like, shit, let me throw a little racial injustice on there, see if I can give me an extra 10 million. And if I end up coming back with just the money that he owe me for the fight, shit, that's still more money in my pocket. Which at the end of the day, as a man, he got a family he got to take care of. If you went after the bag, bro, you just went after the bag. That don't make me fake, or that don't mean that I don't like you. It is what it is. Because if you was really doing it for the culture, bro, Muhammad Ali set out 2 years of his prime for some shit he believed in. You know what I'm saying? So he just went after the bag. He went after the bag.
That's not the only thing, Knockout. Why would you go for the bag, right? This my question. Why would you go for the bag? And I'm not even a pay-per-view star yet.
Man.
I'm not a paper, and I'm the undisputed junior welterweight champion of the world. And I'm not a pay-per-view star yet, and I've been dealing with you. I should be a pay-per-view star, right? But I'm dealing with you, and you're gonna go re-sign with the guy who had all these years are taken away from your boxing career, and you not big as Canelo Alvarez right now. You're not even big as Gervonta Tank Davis right now.
I believe wholeheartedly, and I've been saying this. I believe wholeheartedly until proven otherwise. He cool with just getting his millions. You know what I'm saying, and riding off into the sunset, bro. Like he ain't he ain't really interested in the shit that we would love for him to be interested in. And that's like, yo, bro, like, go show us that you beat the shit out of Earl Spence, bro. Go show us you can do that.
But Knockout, if that was true, what you saying, right? Then if you were just cool with going and get you, what you in court for? Because you want more money. See?
Because you want more money.
If you would have been a pay-per-view star, you would have all the fucking money you need, right?
But to be a pay-per-view star, you'd have had to go fight fights that you could lose, bro. To be a pay-per-view star, you gotta go fight them tough ass fights. And he like, shit, I can fight this tough ass fight, 3-4 million, maybe get some pay-per-view money on the back end, or I can get this $4 million guaranteed against a guy that ain't got no chance against me. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and get this $4 million guaranteed, and then my fans and shit, you know, they gonna say I'm the shit anyway. They gonna say I'm better than your guy anyway, and I ain't got to prove shit. I could just go fight and do what I do. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So that's what I think, man.
This guy said, man, so y'all think Bob Arum is racist? Yes.
Yes.
Let me read Mioli. Let me read his super chat. He says, as a panel, do y'all believe Bob is racist? If so, what's wrong with Bud putting it out there now, then or later? Now, then or later? Well, I mean, I think I've explained that. I think we pretty much all explained, you know, that we've been cooking on that the whole show.
Mioli, what other boxing promoter you know? What other boxing promoter you know have a whiteboard in the office that says no black fighters?
That's true.
Go ahead, tell me that shit. What other company you know don't have not one black executive in it, and they're not racist? And then you go on and say, I don't know how to promote black fighters, but you keep signing them so you can get paid off of them.
And here's the thing. We act like sometimes I think people act like two things can't be true, right? Like, so Mioli, I feel what you're saying. Like, yes, I believe Bob Arum is prejudiced. I believe that wholeheartedly. But what I also believe, what can also be true, is I believe that Bud Crawford ain't got no interest in that type of shit. He's just trying to get his bag. Two things can be true, bro. Like, Bob Arum can be racist.
Shot 85. Shot 85. I'm glad your bitch ass came through. You a faggot ass nigga for real. You a pure bitch. I see this shit that you be saying on other channels. I seen you in there. I seen you on Fred's shit last night in there calling motherfuckers mayates and shit. Fuck you. Fuck your mama. Fuck your sister and your daddy, bitch. And I'm blocking you. For real. Don't come through my shit.
Tell them come to New Orleans. I take care of them.
Bitch ass nigga.
No, coach, you said we ain't on bullshit, coach. You said we have to be mature.
I'm talking about putting him in the ring. Hey, ain't no big deal. I ain't doing nothing like that.
Got on the Batman. But no, what I was just saying is we got to act like two things can't. We got to stop acting like two things can't be true. Yes, Bob Arum, I'm sure we all believe he's prejudiced. He don't have the best interest of his minority fighters, whether they black or, you know, ask Miguel Cotto and Manny Pacquiao what they think of Bob Arum. Like, he prejudiced. That's just who he is, that's how he is. But what's also true is that this ain't no Black Lives Matter, you know, civil rights, Malcolm X type shit. This is just a man in Bud Crawford who feel like Bob Arum owe him some more money, and he just trying to get his bag, bro. He just trying to get more money. Like, I don't see all of that shit is facts. Like, it ain't that's how people I think should be looking at it. And that's really the crux of it, bro. Like, that's all I believe, and you ain't gonna change my mind, bro. Straight up and down.
And yeah, I believe Bob's a racist. I know he's a racist. That's why I wouldn't work with him as a fighter.
Facts.
Right. Let's
or advise my fighter to work with him. Maybe the first time, but 2018, hell no, bro. Like,
let's move on.
Yes, sir.
Let's move on. I want to talk about this Canelo situation, right? So the reports is out that Canelo and Jermall Charlo finally gonna fight, right? After all these years, we finally gonna get Jermall Charlo versus Canelo Alvarez, right? Before we get into, let me read this super chat so we can, like I said, so we can move on to the Canelo and Jermall Charlo. My man Zenith 360 in the building. What's happening with it? He says Aaron been accused of racism every decade for 60 years. It was clear he prioritized Lomo and Fury over him. He said Spence on video saying that, and how Bob don't treat him right. He said Spence on video saying that, and how Bob don't treat him right. He says people just annoyed Bud didn't listen. Right. Spence was saying that shit a long time ago. Blame Bob. Bob don't, he was like, shit, Bob don't treat black fighters right. That he been saying that shit, bro.
Bob a liar. He straight up told it. Bob is a liar.
Mm-hmm.
Spence said shit out his own mouth.
And
listen, I know we're moving on. We're moving on to Canelo real quick.
Let's get into the Canelo. Let
me say this just real quick, bro. It'll be 2 seconds. So Oscar De La Hoya also accused him of being racist. Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. also accused. Like, bro, we got decades upon decades of fighters doing this shit. So, like, y'all need to keep that in mind when people are saying they frustrated at Bud Crawford. People have been telling him this forever. So that's why it's like, bro, I don't believe the black shit. I believe that you just want your bag. But I know you got to go ahead, Kiki. Do your thing, bro. My bad.
Yeah. So, like I said, let's transition. Let's talk about this. Look like that we finally in May, right? In May, we finally gonna get Jermall Charlo versus Canelo Alvarez, a fight that's been talked about ever since Jermall Charlo moved up to 160, and you know what I'm saying, he became Canelo's mandatory for the WBC title. You know what I'm saying? That's when the fight was really start getting big and talked about. Now, Canelo did tell us. He told us. He said he wasn't able to make a lot of because of Oscar De La Hoya, right? That's what he said. He said because of Oscar De La Hoya, even when Charlo was the mandatory, how shit went down was because Oscar. That's what Canelo's saying. But when Canelo, you got to put your shit on mute, Batman. It's a lot of feedback. Yeah. But when Canelo became this free agent, you know, a couple years ago, he said, look, I'm going to make all of the fights. Yeah. One of the first names he mentioned was Jermall Charlo. This is a fact. He says, I'm looking forward to making fights with Jermall Charlo. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to making fights with Jermall Charlo, and he named some of these other fighters, right? So he been telling us for a couple years now that he was going to want to fight Jermall Charlo. It's been a lot of rumors that in the past they sent Jermall Charlo a contract and Jermall Charlo turned it down. Now he's finally fighting Jermall Charlo. Let me get to this super chat and I'm gonna hold what I say and now I'm gonna come back. Mioli in that super chat once again showing love and support. Appreciate you. He says, I think it's all about his money and nothing else. He says, which is my point. Let him get his money. Was his business decision questionable to us? Yes, but we all make bad decisions. He says, but live and learn. Respect to y'all, gentlemen. Respect to you. I get what you're saying. I don't have no problem with what you're saying. You know, hopefully he do learn from the situation. At the end of the day, hopefully he do learn from the situation. Now, back to the Jermall Charlo and Canelo. So finally, now we are getting this fight, right? We finally now getting this fight. But I hear people already making excuses. Oh, the only reason Canelo wants to fight Charlo now, right, is because he saw that Charlo looked vulnerable in his last fight. Oh, he's trying to catch Jermall Charlo off guard. Jermall Charlo he ain't, you know what I'm saying? He ain't fought since such and such. Canelo always trying to get an edge, right? I'm hearing a lot of excuses now that this fight is getting close. Let's just keep it 100. This is from the same people that's been asking for a Jermall Charlo and Canelo Alvarez fight for years and years. They've been asking for this fight. But now that they getting this fight, they starting to make excuses and say that, you know, like I said, oh, he's, you know, Jermall Charlo. Only reason he want to fight Jermall Charlo because Jermall Charlo looked suspect in the Montiel fight. The only reason he fighting Jermall Charlo now because Jermall Charlo been sitting out and he ain't been active like that. You know, Canelo trying to get an advantage, right?
I don't agree with that.
So I'm confused because it's like now that it looks like that we pretty much gonna get the fight. It ain't good enough. You know what I'm saying? It's not good enough. It's already excuses, you know, being made. Knockout. I'm gonna go to you first. What do you got to say about that? I mean, have you seen any of this? Because I've been seeing a lot of excuses people making already. You know.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. I've been seeing a lot. Matter of fact, you great minds think alike. I got a video up on my channel that just dropped today about this same damn topic, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's bullshit to me. Listen, if y'all don't know nothing about me, I'm Dallas, Texas, Team Texas all day, bro. I root for Jermall Charlo, Jermall Charlo, Virgil Ortiz, Jesse Bam Rodriguez, Earl Spence Jr., Maurice Hooker, you name them out of Texas, I'm rooting for them, bro. But with that being said, Jermall Charlo, what, 31 years old or some shit? He like 30, 31 years.
In his prime.
Yeah, like, bro, I'm not trying to hear no shit. How the hell you gonna hold Canelo accountable for how he moving? You know what I'm saying? Listen, if Jermall Charlo go in there and beat the shit out of Canelo Alvarez, he deserves full credit. But if Canelo go in there and beat his ass, I don't want to hear shit about, oh, he waited for him. He waited him out. How the hell you wait somebody out and y'all the same damn age damn near, bro? How that shit work? How you wait somebody out and y'all the same age? If anything, shit, I would argue Jermall Charlo waited whatchamacallit. He waited Canelo Alvarez out. He the one look like he been waiting. Canelo done went and got undisputed, moved up to 175, got another belt, coming back down and shit. Jermall Charlo been fighting Montiel, Hogan, and Brandon Adams and all kind of shit. He the one been waiting if you want to talk about waiting somebody out. So that's the first point. Second point, don't nobody go make Jermall Charlo go to these bars and party and shit and go drinking and shit. Don't nobody make him do that shit. He do that shit on his own, bro. He do that shit on his own. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to feel sorry for him for taking the Canelo fight and moving up to 168. Oh, man, Canelo, he always pulling somebody up from 160 to 168. Well, shit, guess what Charlo could do? He could have been fought Demetrius Andrade. If he want to fight at 160, he don't want to stay at 160 and fight nobody, bro. He don't want to fight nobody at 160. So if you ain't going to fight nobody at 160 and you're moving up to 168, salute to you for taking Canelo Alvarez fight. But what I need my fellow Jermall Charlo fans to do, what I need all y'all to do not be out here on no soft-ass, weak-ass shit. As Adrian Broner would say, man, cut that soft-ass shit out, bro. Cut that shit out. Don't nobody want to hear no excuses before the fight. Don't nobody want to hear no built-in excuses before the fight, bro. Jermall Charlo is a grown-ass man. And every choice he has made, every fight he has fought, every time he decided to train or whatever it is, bro, that's his choices. That ain't Canelo Alvarez's fault. I'll be damned if coach come up here and say some shit that get him banned from YouTube and y'all try to blame me for the shit. Like I'm in control of what coach say or what Batman say or what Keith say. I'll be damned. Them some grown-ass men. How you gonna hold me accountable for some shit that they say or some shit that they do? So miss me with that shit. No excuses. Who I got to win the fight? Stay tuned for the week of the fight. If the fight get made, we're going to break it down and we're going to predict it. But as far as the fight getting made and excuses for Charlo, criticizing Canelo Alvarez is going to be fighting on May 7th. And I'll pass to whoever you want to pass to next, Key. This is my last thought. I ain't hard on him. He got 6 fights that he can make, and I'm cool with him. If he fighting Jermall Charlo, Demetrius Andrade, Joe Smith Jr., Dimitri Bivol, or Artur Beterbiev, or Joe Smith Jr., I'm cool with any one of those.
Wait a minute. You know, wait a minute. You missed one, partner.
Who that?
You know who.
Oh, David Benavidez. I'm sorry.
All right.
Y'all know Coach.
All right.
My bad.
Right.
My bad, Coach. Any of those fights, we shouldn't be criticizing Canelo regardless of the circumstances. And that's all I got. I'm done. I'm out.
Let me read this super chat real quick. Zenith 360 in that super chat. Once again, he says, like you said, two things can be true at the same time. There's no excuse, no matter the outcome. There's also a pattern that Canelo always fight people after. Hold on. He says there also is a pattern that Canelo always fight people after their worst performance. Both are true. Bro, can he help how Jermall Charlo performs? I don't understand that, because when he came, right, that's why I made the point that I made. When he became a free agent, he said way back then that he was looking forward to making fights with guys like Jermall Charlo, right? When he became a free agent. Well, I understand why he didn't do it right away, right then, because he was grabbing all the titles at 168. So why stop that, go back down to 160? You know what I'm saying? He was grabbing all the titles at 168. He wasn't fighting in the Jermall Charlo wasn't the champion at 168. So when he became a free agent, once again, he said that he was going to fight Jermall Charlo. He was looking forward to making that fight. Now we get in that fight, and he's not accountable for how Jermall Charlo looked in his last fight. We can't blame that on him and say, oh, well, you know, he got a pattern of doing this. I mean,
this man fighting, if this is true, this man fighting an undefeated champion. And now we like, I just can't, bro. I can't. Go ahead. I know somebody else's turn.
You want to go, Coach? Because I
go ahead,
got a lot to say, Coach.
What do I?
Go ahead, Coach. Go ahead. I'll go after you.
This is all I got to say. I don't want to hear. I know one thing. He fighting Jermall Charlo, and that's a good fucking fight. I don't care what nobody say. You can not every styles make fights, and Morrell style. I think that Charlo gonna do well in this fight. Is he gonna beat him? I don't know. But this is the question I got. And the reason that Canelo is taking that fight is because of the backlash for the macabre bullshit. That's why he's taking a fight. Let's get that clear. Because he was getting all kind of criticism all over the internet, all from other fighters, by him going and fighting Macabre, who was going to lay down in the fight.
So, now, Coach, let me ask you a question. Did he not send Jermall Charlo a contract before?
That's not, I don't know. Because Jermall said no, and they said yes. And who knows what the contract was saying, how much they was going to pay him. So we don't know if he would have took the fight, because if he wasn't going to make the money that he wanted, he might have turned the contract down. I don't know. Jermall said
did he say when he became a free agent, did he say that he would like to make a fight with Jermall Charlo?
He did say that. He did say that. He did. And look, I'm getting okay.
So we praise Errol Spence for doing everything that he said that he gonna do. So this is just him doing what he said he was gonna do.
And guess what, Keon? I have no problem with that. I got more problem with Jermall Charlo, and I'm gonna tell you why. You talked all that shit, and then you talked all that shit about David Benavidez, right? And then David Benavidez chirped back at you and say, well, you gonna break my neck? Well, let's fucking fight. Oh, I'm a 160 fighter, but now you're getting Canelo Alvarez and you're moving up to 168. See, that's some bullshit. See, I thought you was a 160 fighter, bro. That's come out of your mouth. So I don't want to hear that bullshit. Now, do I want Charlo to win? Absolutely, I want him to win. I'm pulling for the American, point blank and period. But nigga, don't be no hypocrite and say one thing, and now you go and fight at 168 when you had somebody at your hat who you chirped about first. Then a nigga said, nigga, let's make the fight. And you know I'm a 160 fighter. But now you fight Canelo, so now you're not a 160 fighter no more? Huh? How'd that go? And now, don't get me wrong. I love the fight. You know who I wanted Canelo to fight, but I take this fight. Full credit either way. Full credit either way.
So you're going to give him full credit?
Full credit either way.
Okay.
He finally getting in the fight that I want to see. You're fighting someone. I've been wanting this since they was at 154. So I have no problems with that fight. Do I want David more? Do I think David deserved the fight more? Absolutely, I do. Because he's a two-time world champion, never lost his title in the ring. He done fought 2 fucking title eliminators. He's about to fight another one to get in line for the fight. And absolutely, I think he deserved more. And Charlo backed out and didn't want to fight the man. So that's why I think David deserved more. But he's getting a fight that I wanted to see, and I still want to see it. And there you go. I'm happy about it.
Hey, my man Emmanuel H in the building. He said that's because he didn't think that David paid attention to what's on the net, and he found out the hard way. Man. I think I agree with you 150%. I don't think that he thought that David was gonna see the shit that he said.
All facts. Hey, Bill Brown said we don't know if Charlo fighting Canelo at 168. Man, I'd be willing to bet you whatever you want to bet they fighting at 168. What you think? Charlo got some sort of pull to pull him down to a catch weight or some shit?
Absolutely.
Bro, they gonna fight at 168. I bet you whatever you want to bet, bro. Whatever you want to bet, we can bet that.
168. You know what I'm saying? They fighting at 168, bro. World Combat, my brother World Combat in the building. He said he ain't never shown me more than being starstruck like Caleb Plant. They want hard numbers on their paycheck facing Canelo. I don't know what happened to Batman. I want to ask Batman, would he if Canelo were to beat Jermall Charlo, would Batman give Canelo credit? Because Batman still to this day ain't gave Canelo credit for nothing.
The fact that and Coach dropped the jewel, the fact that Charlo didn't want to move up to 168 to fight David Benavidez, but he willing to move up to 168 to fight Canelo, and plus how he treat Canelo like he the greatest thing since sliced bread, man. I think he got too much respect for Canelo, to be honest with y'all, to even have a real shot in that fight. You know what I'm saying?
My man, Rich Mendez, salute to you. He says it's all about money. No money with Benavidez, retirement money with Canelo. No one wants to take the L and lose that Canelo check. I agree with you, Rich Mendez. You know, I agree with you. I think that it's all about money.
David
that's why
ass. He knew that was gonna happen. And David gonna beat everybody at 168. Everybody talk all that shit. If Canelo fight that motherfucker, I'm taking all bets. All of them.
I got Canelo over everybody, Coach.
Okay. You gonna see he gonna get the fuck beat, and it's gonna be bad. That's the thing. You gonna man, why could you gonna be sitting in front of the TV like this? Man, why Canelo
beat the shit out of David Benavidez?
Canelo ain't doing that? Because
Canelo gonna beat the shit out of David Benavidez.
There's a reason why the motherfucker
Canelo beat the shit out of David Benavidez.
There's reasons why Jermall ain't want to get in there with that motherfucker, and there's a reason why Eddie Reynoso been dancing around that motherfucker because they know what's gonna happen. There's a reason why Canelo ain't say undisputed until David gave that belt up. There's a reason why.
On some real shit, if Canelo can't hurt him. If he can't hurt him, he don't throw nearly enough punches to win rounds off of David. So Canelo gonna have to hurt him to beat him.
David gonna
knock David Benavidez's dick in the dirt. He putting his dick in the dirt.
He ain't gonna get fucked. Go in high guard with that motherfucker and see what happens to you. He ain't gonna sit there.
Canelo Alvarez is gonna put
it there with a jab. Hit it there with a jab. That motherfucker, get in the high guard with him and see what happens. That motherfucker gonna keep punching on your fucking ass until you fucking fall. And that's what's gonna happen. And I'm betting the house on it. I'm betting the house on it.
Coach feel that way about Benavidez. I think ultimately,
Coach. Give me the deed to your house. Sign it over to me because I'm taking it. I need it.
Well, goddamn it.
Over to me, Coach,
you just got in the new house, boy. You don't want to lose that right now.
I'm moving to New Orleans. Moving to New Orleans.
All right. Body shots going to hurt. He's seen Canelo get hurt. General Long, he's seen Canelo get hurt. shot from
moving to the
Billy Joe Saunders. Go rewatch the fight. David Benavidez go downstairs, upstairs, and he don't stop fucking punching. And he long and tall, and that jab is amazing. He gonna tear that ass up. Y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see.
I'm letting everybody know, if they make David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez, I'm moving to the NO. But you can stay in the house, but you got to stay in the basement, coach.
We don't have basements here. You're a drown, motherfucker. We don't have basements in Florida.
Hey,
You're a drown.
You got to move to the attic, coach. If your ass can fit in the attic, you can move to the attic, coach.
Boy, David Benavidez gonna beat the fuck out of Canelo. Y'all gonna
hey.
Y'all, you better learn about fighting, Keon. I'm gonna tell you like Roger said. You don't know shit about boxing, partner. I promise.
Man, I know everything about boxing. Shit, I
know
fucking much.
That long, hard jab. As soon as he put them high guards up, that's ass.
Jermall Charlo in that super chat, he says, body shots gonna hurt Benavidez.
Okay,
Ain't that a fact? Ain't that a fact?
Guess who's scared to find out? Guess who's scared to find out? Eddie Reynoso and Cinnamon. They scared of that motherfucker, and there's a reason why. Y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn.
My man Zenith 360, he says, if David Benavidez have a bad performance, he'll get an offer. And salute to Zenith. We know Zenith can't stand Canelo.
Just watch and see. Y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn today. Just like y'all learned about Cambosis. Y'all gonna learn about that fight. Y'all gonna learn.
Hey, I'm telling y'all right. I'm telling you right now, coach.
Let Batman. I know Batman. Batman, you ain't finna shit on this fight, are you?
Nah.
Tell the lovely wife. Tell the lovely wife. I'm gonna let y'all stay, but y'all gotta move to the attic, coach.
I'm gonna shit on Canelo though.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day,
Batman, go ahead, Batman.
At the end of the
day, go ahead and spew the hate, Batman.
At the end of the day, right? Canelo, when you say he said all that shit, his first fight was supposed to be Jermall. Because at the end of the day, you the one grabbed the franchise belt to get away from him. So when you got out that contract with Golden Boy, your first fight was supposed to be Jermall to get your balls back. So you know what I'm saying? But it's a good fight, man. The best man win. I ain't got no, I ain't got no stake in this fight, man. You know, the best man win. But like I said, Canelo Alvarez first fight should have been Jermall Charlo or what's my man name? Boo Boo. But I'm talking about when he first got out his joint, because that's them the two fighters he ran from. So to get his get back, them was supposed to be the first fighters when he got out his contract to go fight. But you know, it is what it is. He went on, got undisputed. He's one of the, biggest Mexican fighters of all time. He's probably the top 3 Mexican fighters of all time. But it's 2 motherfuckers I know he got the fuck away from. It's 2 people. In boxing, I mean, this gonna be in history. This in the history books. When my son go back and look, like, damn, man, why Canelo ain't never fight Boo Boo Andrade or Jermall Charlo at 160? I'm gonna say, son, he was scared, son.
and now he's not running from
man. Batman, you full of shit.
What I supposed to tell my son, y'all?
No.
What you gonna tell your son?
Hold on. With the Demetrius Andrade, I agree with you. I agree with you with Demetrius Andrade. I cold-heartedly disagree with Jermall Charlo. Now, in Zenith 360, my man Zenith, you full of shit too, because he's talking about some facts, Batman. PBC offered him a Charlo fight, but he didn't take it until Charlo looked vulnerable. You full of shit, Zenith. You full of shit, Zenith, because Canelo offered Charlo a contract on 2 different occasions.
Allegedly. That's allegedly.
No. And Jermall Charlo's own brother said he turned it down.
It was probably shit money.
It's known that he turned it down.
It was
shit, Zenith.
It was probably shit money. But what I'm saying is,
I'm saying. We're not speculating none of that shit. He turned it down.
I ain't gotta speculate this though. I know when Jermall Charlo came to the 160, the Golden Boy went to the WBC and started a franchise movement that they using all through boxing now. They trying to use all through boxing. Canelo and his team created a belt that's fucking boxing up. So
okay, well, let me read this. Let me read this. Ray 11640. He say, let's be real. Canelo beats Charlo and Benavidez. David ain't got nothing for Canelo. Canelo beats everyone at 175.
Shit.
Man, Canelo
got Beterbiev and Zerto Ramirez problems at 175. Y'all better stop.
Boy,
I understand he a good fighter,
you got Bivol, you got Beterbiev, and you could talk about he gonna beat David Benavidez. There's a reason why the motherfucker wasn't talking about undisputed till that man lost his belt.
Beterbiev like the Russian Terminator, man. They better stop playing with that man. That man.
But if Zerto would never gave up that WBO belt, he would have never went to 168.
No, he wouldn't have went to 160. When he moved up to the fight with Rock Steelhand, he ain't fuck with none of the heavy hitters.
But like I said, Keon, when your son come to you and ask you why Canelo ain't fight Charlo and Andre at 168, how the fuck did this franchise belt get in boxing, Dad?
I don't look. Check this out, Batman. I don't give a fuck what he did at 168 when it comes to a chart. Hold on. When it comes to a Jermall Charlo, if he fighting him now, he's fighting him now. What do you want? He's fighting him now. No, I don't give a fuck what happened if he turned around and he did it anyway.
All right. I'm asking you. Listen, I'm asking you when in the history books, when your son go in the history books and ask him, dang, why he ain't fight him when he really had the chance to fight him when they was at when Jermall Charlo just knocked who he just knocked out? He just knocked out my man J Rock. He had momentum.
It's not gonna be he's not gonna go in the history books and ask that, because when you open the history book, he gonna see Canelo Alvarez versus Jermall Charlo.
I wouldn't be surprised if Jermall win this fight.
This is the thing. It's never enough. Y'all do the same shit that you did to Floyd. It's never enough. Oh, he fighting him now. Oh, well, he ain't. You know what? I ain't gonna give him credit because he ain't fighting him at 160. He's fighting him now.
Old, fast, Keon.
Is he old?
Floyd was saying niggas at the right time until he came Money Mayweather. When he came Money Mayweather and turned like 30, 36, that's when Floyd got.
Jermall Charlo old.
No, don't do that to Floyd though.
No,
I don't fuck with him. I don't fuck with him as a person. But when he was,
I said y'all are doing the same shit that you did to Floyd Mayweather. Right. Because everybody moved apart. Every time Floyd did some shit, it was never good enough, and everybody moved the goalpost.
I was a Floyd Mayweather fan.
I'm not talking about you. You gotta understand what I'm saying, Batman. I'm saying you are doing the same shit that the haters of Floyd Mayweather used to do, because every time he would do some shit, right, they would move the goalpost.
But Floyd ain't moved like this.
Hold on. Floyd ain't gonna fight such and such. He ain't gonna fight such and such. And then when he fight him, shit. He didn't fight him. He didn't fight him when he came off the victory with such and such. He waited to now to fight him. It is answer the question. Answer me a question, Batman. Because you've been hating on Canelo for a long time for anything he do.
Because he moved like a bitch ass nigga.
You be hating on the man for anything he do, right? You said you was gonna give him credit when you said you was gonna give him credit if he beat Caleb Plant. And you came back and you didn't give him credit.
I did.
No, you didn't.
Caleb Plant made me not give a nigga credit.
Let's keep it 100. You said that Caleb Plant threw the fight.
They should have never put that audio out.
You
said
he
never put that dumb ass audio out. They should have never put that shit out.
You said that Caleb Plant threw the
And
fight.
When they put that audio out,
so you didn't give him credit. So
What?
you didn't give Canelo credit because you said you said Caleb Plant threw that fight.
Batman saying the fight was tainted, bro. It was a tainted result.
The fight was rigged.
Caleb Plant was too happy to be there.
Man, when I heard that audio, me and you talked right after that. I said, I feel as though that shit, he threw the fight. That was in our private conversation.
You didn't give him no credit. You said you were going to give Caleb Plant credit.
I mean
you said you were going to give Canelo Alvarez credit.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good to be a 20-1-0 fighter, huh,
You
Canelo?
moved the goalpost, and then you said that he threw the fight.
I didn't move the goalpost. All right, now let's go down.
You didn't keep your word back, man.
All right, now ask me this. So while Canelo was at 154, he fought Liam Smith, motherfucking
let's go back. Let's go back. Did you not keep your word?
Yeah, I kept my word until I heard that audio.
When you said if he beat Caleb Plant, I'm gonna give him full credit.
And Ice Money Brown
and beat Caleb Plant, and you ain't give him no credit. You said the fight was rigged.
Ice Money Brown, I gave him credit until I heard that audio. When I heard that audio, them in the ring, it's like he threw the fight. What the fuck is you talking to this man for? If you ain't saying bitch ass nigga or I'm about to, come on there if I can hit you with this fucking punch. This man was right there like he just gave up and he was winning and he was in the fight. He had a conversation like he gave up. Like, all right, cool, man. You know, I'm that good. And then the next 2 rounds he got hit with a man. Get the fuck out of here, Keon, man. Stop.
Bro, you didn't keep your word. You've been hating on Canelo for a long,
I haven't, man. Listen,
time.
I keep listen.
Now, hold on. Now that Canelo Alvarez is about to fight Jermall Charlo, you've been crying for him to fight Jermall Charlo.
I'm done with it.
Now you moving the goalpost again.
I never moved the goalpost.
No, hold on. Now you moving the goalpost and you going about, well, he ain't fighting him at 160.
But I never said
he fighting him now.
But I never said what you saying. The other motherfucker saying that because he looked bad in the fight, that's why he fighting him. All right, I'm just pointing out facts. When you point out facts, you a hater.
Nah, you hate on Canelo. Yeah, you is.
I point out facts about Canelo. Hold up, I point out facts about Canelo Alvarez. I never hate on him. So why
are you not satisfied that he's fighting him now?
Because he moved like a bitch. Dog. Listen, I'm just trying to say Floyd Mayweather. When a motherfucker said Floyd Mayweather got beat by this person, Floyd give him a rematch and go in there and show him that this is not what happened. All right, law situation. He moved De La Hoya. We moving on. He moved on from law. Bow.
Hold on. No, we ain't gonna go past that. First of all, him and Laura was a very close fight. Be real, was it not a very close fight?
That's what I'm saying. It was a tough fight.
Okay, it was a very close fight. So the fight could have went either way. Canelo got the nod. Now you talking about that he moved on from Laura. First of all, is it true or is it not true that Oscar De La Hoya didn't want him to fight Laura in the first place, and he went and he made Oscar De La Hoya make that fight?
Hey, because he came in the room and disrespected all the shit out of him.
So De La Hoya didn't want him to fight in the first place. So what makes you think that Oscar De La Hoya was gonna let a rematch happen?
Yeah, I know, because you know what I'm saying? Even with Floyd, when motherfuckers start what's his name? What the fuck is his name, man?
Marcus Maidana, and Castillo.
Nah, Castillo. When motherfuckers thought Castillo won that fight, Floyd ain't just move on. When people criticize Floyd about that fight, Floyd ain't just move on.
I just asked you a simple question.
And Floyd was still under Bob Burnham at the time.
What makes you think that Oscar De La Hoya would have let a rematch happen between Canelo Alvarez and Laura if he didn't want him to fight Laura in the first place?
Man, look, man. Like I said,
you keep it 100, Batman.
No, I'm keeping it 100.
Do you think that Oscar De La Hoya would have made that rematch?
But you said people criticize him like they criticize Floyd. You cannot put him in Floyd category. You cannot put You cannot put a Canelo Alvarez in Floyd category.
See, that's where you moving the goalpost. You're trying to make it out to be something that it's not. I'm not putting him in Floyd category. I'm saying that the way that people criticize him, no matter what he do, they did the
but
same.
But don't he deserve? Hold up. Don't he deserve criticism? Do Canelo Alvarez deserve criticism?
When you compare him to who?
No, period.
Don't compare him to nobody. He don't deserve criticism.
So you crying, right? But see, this is the thing, right? This is the thing. You sit here crying about him not fighting Jermall. No, hold on. Y'all sitting here crying about him not fighting Jermall Charlo.
No,
no. Let me finish. Let me finish. I'm gonna let you talk.
Go ahead.
Y'all sitting here complaining about him not fighting Jermall Charlo, right? You complain about him not fighting Jermall Charlo, right? You complain at one point about him not fighting Caleb Plant, right? You said that, yeah. People didn't think he was gonna fight Caleb Plant for a minute, right? So he fights Caleb Plant. It's an excuse. You ain't giving him no credit, right? Then you complaining for years about Jermall Charlo, right? Jermall Charlo, 31 years old in his prime. He goes and he's about to fight Jermall Charlo. And you still crying and complaining, talking about he don't move right and he a bitch.
And let me get to this. All right, if y'all say that, right, the first thing they said about Charlo, he was a champion and all that shit, they said he ain't do nothing. So you go fight Caleb Plant, that was a 21-year-old fighter that just won a belt that ain't do nothing in boxing either. So this is what I'm saying about them. That's criticism. That's great for criticism. Cause the two fighters that y'all say ain't fight nobody or ain't do nothing in boxing, Caleb Plant ain't do shit in boxing either. But he still get a Canelo fight.
Batman, I paid you your money. Why is you still crying about I owe you money?
Man. All right, cool, man. I apologize. But like
I paid you your money. Why are you still going around telling people I don't pay my fucking debts?
I
apologize, and you still crying about me owing you money and I paid you every dime.
I apologize, man. I apologize.
I don't understand. Like, are we satisfied that he fighting Jermall Charlo now?
I'm satisfied he fighting Jermall Charlo. I didn't sit on the fight
in the past.
But when the first conversation came out, when Knockout asked me, is I'm sitting on the fight, I said no. I'm glad he's getting this fight. Jermall Charlo deserved this fight because he worked for it at 160 to get it at 160. He deserved it.
So you mean to try to tell me, right? You mean to try to tell me you mean to try to tell me that Jermall Charlo ain't way bigger than Canelo Alvarez?
No, I ain't never said about that size. What are you talking about? He's 6'1".
Okay, you talking about, hold on. You talking about at 160, Jermall Charlo, overgrown big ass, should have been at 168.
I don't care. I said when he came from 54.
Canelo Alvarez doesn't have an advantage because he having Jermall Charlo move up to 168. Jermall Charlo big as fuck. He probably more dangerous fighting at 168.
Jermall Charlo 6'1". He can handle that. That ain't nothing but 8 pounds. But
he's 6'1" and he can easily walk around at 220.
But like I said,
and be in shape.
The Jermall Charlo deserved this fight. Because when he moved up at 160, he put himself in position to get a Canelo Alvarez fight, and they didn't give it to him. So he deserved it.
Coach, you can come get some too, Coach.
Man, you just trying to get Coach to crush you about Benavidez.
I know you and Coach ain't gonna give Canelo credit for shit. If Canelo turn around and say, you know what? I'm gonna fight Demetrius Andrade. Well, he ain't fought him at 160. He waited to Demetrius Andrade had a whole bunch of bombs on his resume, and then he decided to fight him.
Y'all know he ain't gonna never fight Demetrius Andrade.
Well, I know that, but I'm just saying, man. You gotta. I mean, y'all gotta come off that bullshit. Trying for him to fight Charlo. Now he's fighting Charlo, and excuse.
He deserved the criticism. I mean, I'm great. It's great he's fighting Charlo, but it's not like he don't deserve the criticism.
So is him not fighting? I mean, did he not fight Laura? You didn't give him no credit for fighting Laura.
I mean, he didn't win. To me,
I don't care if you felt that he won or not. You're not giving him credit for fighting Laura.
He should have rematched with Laura. Then,
you didn't give him no credit for fighting Austin Trout. You didn't give him no credit, like you know what I'm saying. You ain't give him no credit for fighting Canelo. For Caleb Plant.
None of these Mexican fans jumped on him about the Laura fight, about him not rematching Laura, but they jumped on Floyd about rematching Castillo. Come on, man, get the fuck out of here, man.
I'm saying, right. Me personally, I thought that Laura won a close fight. I thought that Laura did enough to edge the fight out, right? I thought he did. I thought that Laura did enough to edge the fight out, right? But me knowing boxing, right? I know that the fight was close. I'm not crying talking about that Laura was robbed because it wasn't no robbery. It was a close fight that they gave it to the most popular fighter, right? The more popular fighter, they gave it to him, right? But it was a close fight. It wasn't no robbery either way. Knockout. You can go ahead and jump in.
Yeah, I wanted to let y'all go in. So here's my thing. Like, I agree with Batman to a certain extent, but here's where we disagree, and here's the way that I look at it, right? So if I agree everything, yes, I would have loved Canelo to fight Charlo at 160. I'd love him to fight Andrade at 154. I hated that he moved up, took on Kovalev when there was way better fighters at 175. I shitted on the Laguna Beach Macadamia Nut fight. Like, I didn't want to see him fight Ilunga McAfee. But what I think we lose sometimes is that if Canelo is moving like a bitch, bro, with all the shit that he done did, then we pretty much can say that about every single fighter in the game because he's doing more than a lot of dudes. Now, I'm all for the mindset. Great power, you the face of boxing, you come with great responsibility. He's supposed to hold you to the highest standard and expect you to do such. But I think if he's fighting Jermall Charlo, we shouldn't be talking about when he didn't fight Jermall Charlo no more. Now we can just focus on, all right, that's cool. Now when you gonna get in there with Andrade? All right, that's cool. What's up with you in Beterbiev? All right, that's cool. What's up with you in Bivol? What's up with you in Zerto? Like, because you want to continue to see him fight the best possible competition. That's where I'm at with it. As far as him moving this way or moving that way, like if I say that, then I gotta say that about a lot of dudes that I really rock with. You know, probably not named Earl Spence. So it's just kind of hard to put him in that category when the man just got undisputed in less than a year, bro. Like I can't. It's hard to keep criticizing that shit when he moving the way he moves. So he just got undisputed, and now his first fight after getting undisputed is gonna be Jermall Charlo possibly. Like, bro, that's good, bro. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Cause I tell you what, I ain't gonna be on here talking about Tank Davis waited too late. If he get in there with Lomachenko and beat the shit out of him this year, I'll be like, shit, he beat the shit out of Lomachenko. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I see it. And yes, coach, I apologize. And if you fight Benavidez too, then you get credit for that shit too. But it's all just, you know, with Canelo, I understand the criticism. I criticize myself all the time. But when it's a good fight, I ain't gonna focus on some shit that he should have did years ago. I'm gonna focus on this great ass fight that we about to get. And that's really all I got to say about it, bro.
Right. But like I was saying though, hey, knockout. Hold on, kid. Yeah. Like I was saying though, but when he first came out of his contract and got to handle his business himself, he should have went after the guys that everybody was criticizing him about. That's all.
But when he got out of his contract back, he was already on his undisputed run, bro. So he's supposed to stop his undisputed run and go pull somebody up from a different weight class. My guy, like, nah, bro, yeah, that's unrealistic. He ain't gonna do that shit. He already had belts at 168. He already said what his plans was. Now he out of the contract, Oscar De La Hoya. He's supposed to put all that shit on hold, and then he's supposed to fight.
He didn't even have a belt yet. He ain't fight WhichCom yet. He ain't fight.
He just got out of his contract with Oscar De La Hoya last year, bro.
When he fought Smith, right?
After he fought Callum Smith, yeah, he already had 2 belts in the division, bro. And he got 2 belts with that Callum Smith fight. Then he fought Avni. Then he fought Billy Joe. Then he fought Caleb Plant, bro.
Yeah, he fought Jermall. That's how he got on his contract, because they were trying to get him to fight somebody that's better.
Yeah. He was already a unified champion at 168, bro. And see this thing right here. Hold on. Charlo is not a cherry pick sucker free. We cannot do that, bro.
No,
People
ain't no cherry pick.
Charlo forever. We can't call him a cherry. But go ahead, Batman.
No, Charlo ain't no cherry pick. But what I'm saying is this, man. The man, dog, he can move how he want to move. He get paid to fight the great fights, dog. We ain't paying, man, motherfuckers, man, he getting paid $35 million every fight, man. 30 to 40 million every fight. He should be in every best fight in the fucking, every time he fucking get on TV.
Yeah.
He getting paid for it. Man.
I agree.
Money, man.
I agree. It's just once you, so I think the difference between us, bro, is that you holding on to all the sucker shit he did at 154, 160, the sucker shit going after Rocky Field, and the sucker shit with Sergey Kovalev. I don't let that shit go because now he ain't moving like a sucker no more, bro. Right now,
that's all I'm saying.
He doing the shit that he's supposed to do, bro.
Knockout. That's all I'm saying. They trying to hold him. They living in the past, and we didn't move forward. Stop living in the past.
So you telling me? If
God
you
damn.
sucker nigga, you saying sucker nigga? He do one thing real. He still ain't a sucker
nigga.
What
you mean? One
No,
thing.
no, that's not what I'm saying. He done did a bunch, like, okay, sucker shit, the Charlo shit, the Andrade shit, the Kovalev shit. We all agree with that. The rehydration clauses, all that shit. That's all sucker shit. The catch weights, that's cool. Since then, you done went for undisputed in less than a year, and now you about to fight Jermall Charlo. That's multiple fights, bro. That's 3, 4, 5 fights where now he moving correctly.
Fights.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't really
out of these 4 fights.
The man fought Triple G twice.
That too.
When he first fought Triple G, you know what I'm saying?
That was some sucker shit right there.
Come on, man, stop. He fought Triple G twice.
He waited 2 years.
Man, he fought Triple G twice.
He won the
credit for that.
Right? He won the WC.
Hold on.
He fought
Triple G twice. You didn't give him credit for that. He fought Daniel Jacobs. You didn't give him credit for that. He fought undefeated motherfucking Callum Smith. When Callum Smith was, I don't think that Callum Smith is a fucking great world beater, but at the end of the day, Callum Smith was that dude at 168. He beat the shit out of him. You ain't give him credit for that. Callum Smith was, he won a whole 168-pound tournament. What do you mean you on mute, Batman? He won a whole 168-pound tournament. What you mean that he won the tournament at 168?
Man, go look now. That's why I'm saying. Now go look at that tournament and go look at that fucking go look at the resume of the tournament. The only person you can say is fucking Junior, E-Banks Junior. But other than that, no, he had what in that tournament? I think Rocky Fielding was in that tournament. Who else? Damn.
He beat Callum Smith. They gave him the decision against John Ryder, but he really lost.
And John Ryder beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, he did. I agree with that.
But hey, man,
but like
John Ryder supposed to been fighting Canelo Alvarez.
Check this out. He still fought him and he still beat his ass. I'm not telling you that, but he was a champion. So in order for him to become undisputed, he couldn't go around Callum Smith because you don't think that Callum Smith was that good.
I mean,
I don't think that Callum. I agree. But I don't think that he's a B-level fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's decent. He's decent. I'm not saying that he's not decent, but he not,
what I think this is what I think though. I think because David Benavidez lost his belt, that's why he picked to go to 168. That's what I think. But
yeah,
it is what it is.
I mean, I can't say that I can't say that he made his whole career decision to move up to 168 off of what David Benavidez was doing. I can't say that. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that man made a whole decision, right, to move up a whole nother weight class and campaign at a weight just because of one man, you know what I'm saying, in boxing. I can't say that. I can't say that.
Man.
You know, I think it had a
I
lot to do.
kind of agree. I kind of agree with you, man.
I think it had a lot to do with it was tough for him to make 160. You know,
yeah.
I think he pretty much was growing out of 160. It was more tough for him to make 160. And he didn't want to cut all that weight no more. I think it had more so to do with that than him just being terrified of David Benavidez.
I don't think so.
That we like to go with, but come on, bro.
I really don't think so. This is my opinion. I really don't think so. This the second shit he did. He went to 168, got the belt got the regular belt from Rocky Fielding. Bow. He waited. He was supposed to go back down to 160 to try to get the belt from he was supposed to go to the 160, get that WBA belt and try to be undisputed, but he didn't. He went to 175. Beat Kovalev. Waited for a hot second. Once David Benavidez lost his belt, he went to the WBA. He tried to fight Smith and throw that belt in with me. Throw that belt in with me.
Tell him that, man. Tell him.
He went to the WBC. He went to the WBC and asked them to put the belt in with to make it a unification match.
Why is that bad, man?
Yeah, because he was ducking David Benavidez.
Goddamn right.
My man Zena 360 in that super chat, he says, if Canelo versus Charlo official or fantasy fight? I don't know what you mean by fantasy fight.
Nah, what he's saying is it on or is it really on?
I know what he's saying, but I'm saying, they're in talks and they're getting close to closing the deal on the fight.
Tell him that.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing with it too, y'all. Like, don't worry though, Batman. Like, he's out of moves, bro. He ain't got nowhere else to go. Like, all the stuff. Like, at this point, he's 31 years old. I mean, what he gonna do, bro? Everybody's shitting on the Macadamia Nut fight. Don't nobody want to see that shit. Now he ain't got nowhere to go but the great fights that we all want to see. So we gonna find out. We gonna see what's up very soon because he ain't got a lot of options. It's a lot of killers up there at 175. It's some killers at 168, and the killers coming up from 160 to 168. He can't fight at cruiserweight. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, he can't fight there.
Just like David said, they should have got me now because every fight he getting better and better. And Canelo is not. Eddie Reynoso already. I see we will fight him 3 years down. What you mean 3 years, bro? You talking about an ex-world champion, homeboy? He made some mistakes. Don't get me wrong. But he ain't never lost. Nobody ever took his belt from him.
I expect more for Coach. He's so high on a one-way fighter. Coach, he a one-way fighter. He ain't got no defense.
Yeah, that's what your mouth said. But you know, I don't see him getting punched hard, solid, and all this shit. I don't see that happening. And everybody get hit in boxing. See. Everybody get hit in boxing
all the time. I see him get hit.
Go ahead, show me where you see him get hit clean all the time.
Bet I'll show
me that.
I'll show.
And not only that, but look how much punishment he unleashed on them motherfuckers. Look at that shit. Look at that high value punishment.
He great offensively. He fire.
Exactly. Y'all gonna learn this game when the shit happens. I'm telling y'all. I don't want to hear, man, Coach said that. Same shit y'all thought about Campbell's. Coach said that. Watch. Y'all gonna see. That motherfucker it is gonna be easy work. It's gonna be easy. Watch. Too short.
I see how Coach trying to stun on us, but he ain't bring up the Beterbiev Marcus Brown fight. He didn't use that in his list of examples.
Hey, I said that Marcus Brown, I said that just like I said with Caleb Plant. I said that if he got enough crack to keep him off him, then he can win. Obviously, he didn't have enough crack to keep him off of him. Same thing with Caleb Plant. If he keep the crack on, if he keep it, then he will be able to just. But he don't have a crack. But now this next fight, like I said, I don't have no problems with that one, Keith, because I think Jermall Charlo got enough crack and a hard ass jab that we know if he get in the high guard, it could be problem. I'm just saying. Now,
if the Charlo that fought Derevchenko show up, then all right, we might have a fight. But he just, Coach, what you think of him being so damn respectful of Canelo, bro? He seemed like he a fan.
He wanted to fuck the money up.
All right, I hope you're right, because that shit there.
I don't think he wanted to, because you see what Boo Boo did, that shit ain't getting him nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
True.
I mean, he died dog Canelo at the Caleb Plant fight when he was talking about go beat his ass, because I'm gonna fuck him up next if you don't, all that shit. But
I mean, he done said, come on, Cinnamon. You heard him say that shit too. You just never know with them dudes, bro. Them dudes so wishy-washy the way they talk. You don't know what the hell they mean most of the time. You know, them niggas talking code like them niggas is some code breakers or something, man.
I know he's gonna be a lot stronger at 168 than he was at 160, bro. He been there too long. So
yeah, but the meat knockout, motherfucking Charlo fight to his competition. If it's top competition great, you'll get the best Charlo. But if it's mediocre, he don't come in there like he did on the Davinchenko fight, man, laser focus, trying to get the work done.
So let me go around the panel, and I want to get everybody picks in this fight. I'm gonna start with you, Batman. If Canelo Alvarez and Charlo do finalize, you know, these talks they doing and they fight,
I'm going like the Mexican goes. Don't worry about that. I'm going with Charlo. I'm going like the Mexicans, man.
So you picking Charlo to beat him?
I'm picking Charlo.
And how's Charlo gonna beat Canelo?
He gonna knock him out.
So you picking Charlo? Hold on, because you picking Charlo to win by knockout?
Yeah, I'm picking Charlo to win by knockout. I can't go against my brothers. Can't go against the brothers.
Okay. All right. So you picking him by knockout. All right.
Yeah, I'm too dark to go against the brothers, man.
Coach, who you picking to win?
Hey, I'm rolling with Charlo all day. I'm rolling with Charlo. I think that his jab is gonna give Canelo a lot of problems because he throws a hard jab. He don't have a pity pat jab. And I think if Canelo try to get in the high guard, he's gonna eat a lot of shots. Now, it all like Batman said, it all depends on what Charlo show up. Now, if the Charlo the one that throw them hard power shots, and he go downstairs, he has to go downstairs on Canelo. That is the key to winning this fight. He has to go downstairs. He can't just go headhunt Canelo because Canelo has good upper body movement. Now, and if he go downstairs, he can stop him. So we'll see. I think that Ronnie Shields gonna probably put together a real good game plan, and we'll see what happens from there, bro. But I'm rocking with Charlo, of course. I'm rocking with the brother. I'm rocking with the American. That's it. Going for Charlo.
Knockout.
I'll be picking this fight live on my show the week of the fight.
I knew you were gonna say that. I already knew you were gonna say that. You know, Knockout, he got a special prediction show that he do, so we're gonna let Knockout slide with that one, you know, because he do his that's a part of his show. But so I'm gonna give my pick, right? And so I'm going for Jermall Charlo, right? So I want to go for Jermall Charlo, so I'm rooting for Jermall Charlo to win the fight. You know what I'm saying? I like Jermall Charlo. I'm rooting for him to win the fight, especially if he take the fight, because now that means that Jermall Charlo finally stepped up and fought somebody. And that's what that's all I've been asking for Jermall Charlo for the longest time is when is you fucking gonna step up and fight a big dog? So if this fight happened, I'm definitely rooting for Jermall Charlo. You know what I'm saying? On the other hand, I have common sense. And I know that Jermall Charlo can't beat Canelo Alvarez. So I can sit up here and lie to y'all all day and say, you know, because he the black man, I'm telling you that Jermall Charlo can beat Canelo. Them is two different things. Rooting for somebody and wanting them to win and actually breaking down the fight and knowing what you see, right? And picking somebody to win is two different, right? My shit is facts over feelings. When I pick a fight, because like I said before, if I'm in Vegas and I'm picking this man to win just because he's black, but deep down inside, I know that he can't win, I'm not fucking going to that window and putting my money on that man. I'm not fucking doing that. I'm not going and spending my money on somebody that deep down inside I don't think they can win. So I don't think that Jermall Charlo can beat Canelo Alvarez. I don't give a fuck what color they is. I don't think that he can beat Canelo Alvarez. When I break down the fight, when I look at the fight and I break down the fight, I think that Jermall Charlo, first of all, he don't go to the body. He only goes to the head. That's a problem. He doesn't, you know what I'm saying? His ring IQ ain't high enough. He don't switch up the attack like he should, you know. He doesn't switch levels like he should. Also, Jermall Charlo, he got a good jab. He uses his jab, but he's not consistent with it. So Jermall Charlo also always ends up banging on the inside, right? Jermall Charlo is going to come in Canelo Alvarez's range, and he's going to try to bang with Canelo Alvarez, because if you watch tape on Jermall Charlo, every single fight that he has, that's how he fights. I mean, he's not going to all of a sudden get in the ring with Canelo Alvarez, one of the best fighters in all of boxing, and switch up how he fights. That's just how he fights. You know what I'm saying? Also, people say that Canelo got slow feet. Well, Jermall Charlo has slow feet also. He doesn't use great footwork, you know what I'm saying? And Jermall Charlo, he is not defensively, he's not great defensively. You know what I'm saying? He likes to fight and bang on the inside, and Jermall Charlo is going to be there to be hit. He's going to be there to be hit. So I think that his advantages that he has, you know, being able to use a long jab, right? Having some pop, fighting on the outside, you know, I think that he's going to give up those advantages like he usually do. Now,
he got a good uppercut though, Key.
For the first four,
and one thing, he might be stronger than Canelo.
Hold on. For the first 4 rounds, I believe that, you know, for the first 4 rounds, I believe that he might have some success with that jab. But the fight is going to end up in close range. It's going to end up where Canelo has the advantage in close range. That's just how the fight going to end up. And like I said, one of the main points of coach was he need to go to the body, but he don't go to the body. It's not how he fights. You watch all the Charlo's fights, he's a headhunter. That's just what it is. And when
I'm more of a headhunter than Jermall. Jermall go downstairs. Jermall don't go downstairs. That's why he has so many problems with Tony Harris.
When I look at the fight, I don't see stylistically it favoring Jermall Charlo. This fight don't favor Jermall Charlo. I think this stylistically is Jermall Charlo has a style that's tailor-made for Canelo Alvarez. Now, another thing, people say, well, Jermall is strong. He's strong. He's stronger than Canelo. We don't know that. We don't know that. Just because Jermall is bigger don't mean he's stronger. We don't really see people pushing Canelo back and imposing their strength on Canelo. I ain't really never seen Canelo bullied around the ring as far as strength. And I don't really see it. I don't really see. We did. Hold on, let me finish, Coach. I'll let you talk. I don't really see Jermall Charlo bullying nobody. I don't really see Jermall Charlo the type of fighter that uses his strength and push fighters back to the ropes and impose his physical strength on fighters. I don't see that. So I don't think that's gonna play a factor in the fight. But like I said, I don't have no problem with whoever people pick. I'm picking Jermall Charlo. So if you picking, I'm picking Canelo Alvarez. If you picking Jermall Charlo, well, let me know. Put your money on the line. Batman, Coach, anybody else, Zenith 360. You know, put your money on the line and let me read Zenith this. Let me read Zenith 360. Let me read his super chat. He says, I believe Canelo waited for Benavidez to move. He did the same thing at 154. He dropped the WBC because Mel was number 1 and waited until Andrade was stripped and fought Liam Smith for the WBO at 154. And salute to Zenith 360 in the super chat. But back to breaking down this fight. And like I said, that's what I believe. We don't have to go back and forth and argue. We can, we can easily put our money on the line. Now go ahead, coach.
I'm not betting on the fight. I'm not that.
Because
I'm not.
You don't believe that he can win.
No, that's not why.
Believe that he's gonna win.
No. Listen to what I'm saying.
I called your bluff.
No.
I called your bluff.
No, that is not. I'm not confident. I don't put confidence in Jermall Charlo like that. Now, if it was, if it was my boy who I think gonna whoop everybody, then I would bet you.
I would believe that you believe that David Benavidez can beat Canelo Alvarez, and I believe that you will put money on David Benavidez. But I don't believe that you believe in the pick that you told everybody. I believe that you picked Jermall Charlo because he is a black fighter.
That's not why I picked him. I think this is what I think. We saw the first Triple G fight, right? We saw the first Triple G fight. We saw Canelo backing up in that fight. Damn near the whole fight. He changed his style in the second fight, right? And that style he changed to been working for Canelo. It's been working for him, right? I think that if Charlo keep range and keep him with that hard ass jab, I think that he gonna have a lot of success and he may win the fight. But am I confident that he gonna win the fight? No, I'm not confident. I think this is gonna be a close fight. Jermall gonna have to fight in this fight like he did with Davinchenko. He gonna have to fight. You can't be the one moving all around the ring or running from Canelo Alvarez. That's when you don't do well. You got to fight Canelo Alvarez. And people keep saying, he got problems with boxers. No, not really. He got problems with the one who going to stand toe-to-toe like Triple G did and throw them fucking knuckles. Because Triple G hit him with a bunch of shit. And he hit Triple G with a bunch of shit. And that's been his closest fights. That's been his closest fight besides Floyd whooping his ass. Floyd is a special character. So we ain't going to put him in it. But in order to beat Canelo Alvarez, if you show fear, he's hunting. But if you sit in there and you got enough foot movement and keeping a long jab on him to where it hurt, then it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem for Canelo Alvarez. And you hitting him with some hard shit, it's going to be a problem. And I think Jermall punch harder than Triple G. I really do. I think Jermall punch harder than Triple G. I think he got more skills than Triple G. And I think that it's going to be a problem for Canelo Alvarez. This is a 50-50 fight. No doubt about it.
Well, I disagree. First of all, I think that Triple G punch a lot harder than Jermall Charlo. Triple G is much more accurate with his punches than Jermall Charlo. And that's another problem with Jermall Charlo fighting Canelo Alvarez. I don't think that Jermall Charlo is accurate enough. He overshoot a lot of his shots, and I watch a lot of film on Jermall Charlo, and he overshoots a lot of his shots. And when he does that, it makes him clinch a lot. You know what I'm saying? He overshoot his shots, and then he end up in the clinch a lot. He's not that accurate when he throws. You know what I'm saying? When he throws his shots, he's not that accurate to me. In Canelo Alvarez, you got to be on point because Canelo has very good defense, whether you on the outside or close range. He you know what I'm saying? He got that shoulder roll. He know how to roll your shit, and he's coming with counters, fast counters. You know what I'm saying? You throw some shit, you gotta be prepared for counters. And him overshooting a lot of his shots, Canelo gonna counter him all day. He's gonna counter him all day. And like I said, Canelo goes to the body. So he switches up his attack. You don't know if he's going to go to the head or the body with his counters. And so he's just too well-rounded for Jermall Charlo, and his ring IQ is too much for Jermall Charlo. I don't see Jermall Charlo winning this fight, at all.
But like I said, Jermall Charlo fights to his level of competition. But his level of competition is high. He rises to the occasion.
Vincent Harris says, no way Canelo is going to beat Jermall Charlo. Well, I hope you come on here when the fight is, closer, they make the fight and it's closer. And I hope you willing to put your money where your mouth is, because I can guarantee you that most people that's saying that Jermall Charlo will beat Canelo Alvarez, I guarantee you that probably 98% of them ain't willing to bet on that fight. Because it's the difference between what y'all want and what y'all really believe. See, I want Jermall Charlo to win. I really do. You know what I'm saying? I really want Jermall Charlo to win, but I just don't think he can.
I think he can. To me, he rise to his occasion. He rise to his level of competition. If it's a level of competition low and he thinking, oh, this nigga bum, he never comes to fight. But if he think this motherfucker, when he thinking this motherfucker, a motherfucker I supposed to make an example out of, he comes to fight every time. Every time. But like I said, Canelo is the same motherfucking person that Floyd Mayweather. He punches real wide. He did it with everybody he fought. His hook is wide, his body shot is wide. and Jermall got a great uppercut. He got a great uppercut. You ain't say nothing about his uppercut. But
he has a great uppercut.
Yes, he got that little uppercut.
So a great uppercut would mean that he has several knockouts with his uppercut.
I mean, we knocked J-Rock out with it.
But how long ago was that?
I mean, like I said, he raised to the level of his competition. When he think his competition is high, he show off. Like after the J-Rock fight, when he first went to 160, I thought he lost to the white dude. But when he fought Chinko, he stepped to Chinko ass. But you know what I'm saying? To me, when I look at him, he fight to his competition.
And y'all smash the like button, man. Y'all smash the like button. But I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end what I have to say with this. If you confident, right? I'm gonna believe what you saying. I will believe what you saying if you.
I'm not betting. I'm like the Mexicans right now. I'm not betting shit. I'm going with this.
So you don't really believe he gonna see, but y'all niggas,
I'm going with my black pride. I'm going with my black pride,
y'all niggas need to keep it real. I said that I was going. Wait, hold on. I said that I was. See, I broke it down for y'all. I gave everybody the respect to let them know how I really feel. I want Jermall Charlo to win. I'm going with Jermall Charlo. When that fight come on, I'm in the motherfucking TV and I'm rooting every round for Jermall Charlo. But right, I don't think that Jermall Charlo can beat Canelo Alvarez.
Man, I'm going on my
Canelo Alvarez.
I'm going on my Robert Garcia shit. Canelo Alvarez is a good fighter, but I'm going with Jermall Charlo.
So if you
Jermall Charlo got a chance. Huh?
Okay, I mean anybody got it. If you asking me to keep it real, I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm fucking with Jermall Charlo. I hope Jermall Charlo beat the shit out of Canelo Alvarez. But if you want me to keep it real, I don't think that he can beat Canelo. I don't think that he gonna beat Canelo. I don't think that he can beat Canelo. I don't think that he has the skill sets to beat Canelo. And that's just how I feel about it, So I'm picking Canelo, but I'm going with Jermall.
I respect you. I respect you for that.
Just like my Dallas Cowboys against the 49ers. I was going with my Dallas Cowboys.
No respect for that. I heard you bet against your own team.
I was going with the Dallas Cowboys. And you know what? I was rooting for the Dallas Cowboys. I was all in the motherfucking flow in front of my TV rooting for the Dallas Cowboys. But at the end of the day, I knew that the 49ers was going to beat the Dallas Cowboys because I didn't believe that the Dallas Cowboys has what it takes to beat the 49ers. So I bet on the 49ers, but I was going for the Dallas Cowboys. The same shit with this Jermall Charlo situation.
Man, if you bet on the 49ers, you weren't really going for the Dallas Cowboys, bro.
I actually was, though, because I was mad when they blew the shit.
I know what you were mad, but then you looked at your little betting app and you were like, shit.
Nah, bro, it like to me, you know what I'm saying? To me, some shit is more than money. Like, if the Dallas Cowboys, to see the Dallas Cowboys win is better than the little money, you know what I'm saying, that I was gonna win.
Tell him if you'd have put Dallas on your ticket,
you're the reason that we lost, bro.
Huh?
It's probably your fault betting against your team. That's janky, bro.
Nah,
That's janky ass shit.
bro.
You probably the reason we lost.
It was your fault, Key. It was singly
I'm
your
just smart.
fault. Huh?
I'm just smart. You know what I'm saying?
It was singly your fault that the Dallas Cowboys did that.
So at the end of the day, it was a win-win situation for me, because if the Dallas Cowboys won, I was gonna feel good that the team that I root for won. But if they
man,
lost,
somebody get Vincent Harris the hell up out of here. Block his ass. He trolling. No, I'm just playing Vincent.
if they lost, dog, I won money. So you know, I wasn't gonna lose. You know, I just got more common sense to know that the Dallas Cowboys, you know, was gonna beat the 49ers. I'm sorry, Batman. I'm sorry, knockout.
Ladrie Stevens just started cheering for the Chiefs when they got Patrick Mahomes. Man, you ain't no Chiefs fan, man.
Hey, can I ask y'all this though?
Go ahead.
What, man?
Should y'all coach get fired?
Hell yeah, he should get fired. The offensive
fat ass need to go.
They need to trade Dak Prescott effective immediately. Shit, what you mean?
His fat ass need to go.
Oh, Zeke don't gotta go?
Huh?
Yeah, Zeke gotta go too. Zeke gotta go for
Zeke washed up ass. He gotta go. The coach gotta go. And Jerry Jones, old burnt out looking ass, he needs to fucking move himself from the GM position, and we'll be all right.
Listen, if you give Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, hell, you give Deshaun Watson, man, you give them our roster, bro, with the players we got, man, they ain't losing the game, bro.
They ain't gonna lose.
They ain't losing the game, bro. We got everywhere, bro.
And Dak Prescott, you know what I'm saying? I know you might hate me for this knockout because y'all kind of look like each other, but that motherfucker, he needs to go too. He already
said Dak need to go.
Listen,
he already said Dak need to go.
Yeah, that gotta go, bro. He making $75 million, bro. He make more money than Patrick Mahomes and Tom. Every quarterback that's left in the playoffs, Dak Prescott make more money than me. Make more money than them. How does shit make sense? Somebody make that shit make sense for me.
Right. Man, let's get ready to shut it down. Y'all hit my like button if y'all ain't hit the like button. Another great show. Knockout. Let me get your last words, man.
Hey man, salute to you, man. Channel going great. Y'all get my brother up to 11,000 subs. He already almost there. So smash the like, subscribe if you haven't already. Come check me out over on Knockout Boxing 86 TV. We go live every Wednesday, every Friday, and every single Sunday morning. And then we drop daily content to the channel as well. So if y'all can go over there and subscribe and check out the content, I appreciate that. But keep up the great work. The shows are fire. Batman, salute to you as always, good brother. And it's fun chopping it up with y'all, man. Y'all boys take it easy, man.
Salute. Knockout. And let everybody know when you coming on next.
I'll be on Friday, y'all. I go on every Friday. Tomorrow night I'll be on at 7:30 p.m. and we're gonna be breaking down and predicting the entire Gary Russell Jr. card. We're gonna do the whole card. So if y'all like to talk about what's going on inside the ring, that's gonna be the spot for you tomorrow night, man. We're gonna be breaking down every fight from that card on Showtime. It's going down Saturday. I got all the information for you tomorrow night. And Batman, I need you to tell Gary Russell, stop telling people he injured, bro. He's messing up betting odds and this shit, bro.
I hope that shit don't affect him though, bro. Because I know Gary Russell a warrior. I know he a warrior, and I know he'll pretty much get in there,
I talked to him last night. The little shit when he was in the King Tug fight. Little, you know what I'm saying? Shoulder bob him just a little bit. This shit ain't about nothing.
Listen, if it ain't gonna affect you, bro, if it's not affecting you, and you say you're gonna put on anyway, and you say I'm a little injured, but I ain't gonna tell nobody what it is till after the fight, how you even bring it up, bro? He made the odds like $400.
Yeah, I don't even know why he said it, but
Hey, bro, he should have let me know he was gonna do that shit. I would have made my bet later. Now I don't get good
Well,
odds.
if the odds switch,
Shit.
if you picking Gary Russell, that's actually in your favor.
But what I'm saying, Key, I already placed my
Yeah,
bets
put his
yesterday.
ticket
Oh, see, I didn't place my bet yet, so I'm glad.
Yeah, I put my shit in, bro. I put my shit in yesterday, and now the shit went from he was like a minus.
Thank you,
He was a
Gary.
minus, bro. He was a minus 500. Now he's like a minus 300 or something.
Thank you,
I was like,
Gary.
damn, bro, you could have saved that shit, bro. You messing up the bag, huh?
Hey, thank you, Gary. I appreciate you because I ain't put my bet in yet. Hey, Batman, let me get your last words before we get up out of here, Bat.
Man, yeah, man, this was a hell of a show, Key, man. You know, you doing your thing, man. Motherfucking, man, we about to see a great fight Saturday, man, and I hope we see more, man, you know, through the year. But you know what it is.
Already, man. I appreciate you anytime, all the time. We'll be back tomorrow. And y'all, everybody in the chat, I appreciate everybody for coming through. Everybody in the super chat that show love and support, keep the show running. I appreciate everybody. And y'all already know how I do. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. There you go, talking that boxing again. And I'm gone. Appreciate y'all.